Previously in Dragon's Maw, not a whole lot happened, except Javolt working through his grief the only way he knew how, through mad science and annoying the rest of the party. He also got drunk, had his cyberleg removed by tempered steel as a precaution, was treated for alcoholism by Tibs, and proceeded to rant about how the dragon Ormar would help him reverse his niece's death somehow through time travel or something. Though that didn't become clear after a good half hour or so of trying to get Javolt to come clean about it. This worried/annoyed the rest of the party, to the point where Tibs angrily said he'd gladly find a substitute donkey body if Javolt needed one so badly. But thankfully, Flotsam and Chica helped Tibs come to his senses before he accidentally murdered Javolt's sister Raven, the only other donkey in town. After that, it was revealed that Tibs had gone through much of the same grief as Javolt, gone through a similar phase of twisted bargaining. With much to think on and plenty of angst to go, the party is trying its best to settle down as night falls on Ribcage. How is that for a summary of last week's session? Did I miss anything? Anyone else want to add anything?
You forgot angst in big blood red letters.
You forgot the incredibly important things that were very sexy and very off-screen.
How to clean shelves.
How to clean shelves. Only cleaned shelves.
And nothing else. You had to remind me.
Angst!
But yes, I'm pretty sure I mentioned angst at some point.
Yeah, actually, Javolt still hasn't quite... I don't know if he's actually angsting. Angsting sort of requires him to be depressed.
It's grief. There's grief involved here.
Well, it's close enough.
There's loss, and there are certain stages of loss that he's kind of going through.
He seems too maniac to be angsting properly. Is what I'm saying. He's not
he's angsting in the only way he knows how, is what I was trying to get at.
Crazy angst.
If it's not angst, it's I can't believe it's not angst. It's mania. Basically, you've hit the stage of just flat out mania.
It's Crazy Angst, the brand new family card game.
Ooh, I want to make that card game now. At the game of tragic backstories and trying to one-up everyone on having the most tragic. Damn it! Now I want to make this thing.
That's
I will help you design.
I can't remember what it's called.
I'll
But
help
it's already a thing.
Actually, yeah, that's probably what is that?
I think I know what game you're talking about, Q-less.
Yeah, it's the one with the families, and you've got to make really.
Yeah, you're basically torturing the hell out of some family.
Gloom.
The card
What?
game.
And you earn points by making your family's backstory the most tragic, while simultaneously making everyone else's backstory more happy.
Right.
That's hilarious.
What game is this called again?
Reminds me of some of the things that came up while playing this game Dan made called Spelltacular.
Oh, Spelltacular.
There were some great cards in there. I think one of my particular favorites was called Tragic Backstory, which is you murder target character's entire family. They know you did this.
What game is this?
That's Spelltacular, which is a kind of a homebrew
No,
game.
the other one.
The other one's apparently called Gloom.
Yep, it's funny. And fantastic.
Dr. Andy says, I suddenly want to hear this group play Cards Against Humanity. That'll end pretty much the same way any group playing Cards Against Humanity ends.
However,
played.
if we can find
Everyone
I've
feeling
never played that
like they're
game, and I
horrible
don't know
people.
if I could stomach it.
There's a free online version we could do. It's basically similar.
We have in the past.
We have, actually.
Yep. I want to see if there's an online version of Gloom now.
That
Should be.
Man, yeah. We got way off track with this tangent, guys. Not that we were terribly on
We
track,
should-
but
I think we're all scared that if we get on track, the angst is going to come back.
Yeah, I think some of us aren't quite prepared to go into angst. We just want to be silly and have fun.
all right. Well,
But- Yeah, let's get serious.
Suddenly
Nice.
plot device.
Let's get our serious faces on.
I always have my serious face. It makes me a not very approachable person.
So,
Don't get me closer. I have a grenade.
apparently this is
so-
just going to be a silly session to counteract the.
I'm sorry,
will-
go
There
ahead.
we were, all sitting in a bar.
No, derail the silliness into serious right now.
Everyone put on your serious hats.
And then suddenly the executive
Shit, I was going to, but all I have is this fedora. We're doomed.
No!
I have my skull hat. Does that count?
Smarty has
I've got
this
my
I actually don't own a single hat.
Yeah, I've got my
Oh, no.
freak hat. Freak is...
Oh, someone's shuffling around in the background.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Alright.
Yeah. I've
You
got
only
the
have-
hat I used when I played the freak on stage. He was, the play was set in the afterlife, and he
Okay,
was
whoa.
mad
Guys.
murderer who was executed, so he's very much a sadist. Is that serious enough? Is that a serious thing?
Okay.
You've gone too
I think
far, and you
that's
flipped
gone too
far. Back
We've-
over into absurd.
It's a jester hat,
We've
though.
gone so far off the rails at this point that there aren't even any game anymore.
I feel like I should just do the previous thing again, just so we can have a fresh slate.
No, we know what
And
happened last time. So where are we right now? Where are we right now?
Okay.
No, shut up.
Okay.
Where are we right now?
Some of you, based on where we left off last time, some of you are still at the bar, and some of you are just kind of wandering through the streets after having left Raven's machine shop. That's basically where we left off. I guess I don't have anything particular in mind as to who's where. Just the matter of the time that as the last session ended, the sun was setting in the sky, and I guess about an hour or so later, coming up on dusk proper.
Well, I know Powder Keg stayed behind with Blinky, so...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm with Powder Keg, because I couldn't be bothered leaving the bar with the rest of them.
I think Firelight might be at the bar as well.
Firelight was following.
Oh yeah, no,
around
Firelight was following
Tibs.
Tibs. That's right. That was the last conversation. Right?
And Tempered Steel was also following Tibs. Though from
And Javolt was following as well, and Flotsam and Chico were at the store.
I think at this point, Powder Keg is probably just kind of standing beside Blinky or sitting down with her if she's closed up shop. And
Yeah, she's well, I mean, actually no, her store will still be open for a couple hours more because this town tends to be more active during the night, but also tends to be slower to start during the day. So
Powder Keg is just kind of
her shift
standing with
lasts
her at this
later,
point, having already cleaned the shelves and having not really found, I guess he's probably just done all of the meaningless menial tasks he can to avoid dealing with the actual problems at hand.
Yeah, and Blinky gives you a look and says, might be handy to have an assistant around here.
Oh, yeah. Maybe someday.
I don't know if that would be a career move you'd enjoy, going from adventurer to, well, stocking clerk.
I'd be surprised.
Well, one thing at a time, I suppose. I appreciate the help nonetheless.
Always welcome to it.
Unless you've got anything else in mind for that, Tibs.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
there's one less thing Powder Keg will say.
Alright,
Remember? I promised. When this is over.
that you did. And she just kind of stares off, kind of in thought. So, meanwhile, Tibs, unless you're still muted.
I'm not muted.
Okay.
My internet had it went whoop, and then fixed itself.
Okay. It wobbled, okay.
Yeah. Google Chrome shut down.
Oof. This kind of, very grizzled-looking pale green earth pony, with a snake for a cutie mark, approaches you in the street.
You don't say. All right. Tibbs is going to raise an eyebrow and then say, anything I can help you with, mate?
Yeah. He holds out a note to you and says, my mom wanted me to give you this.
Okay. I will. Tibbs will read the note.
His mom.
And
Either this is either really one really grizzled kid, or
no, this definitely seems to be sort of grown adult, young adult.
I wonder if
Alright.
he's using
But
mom.
he's got this really sort of thick facial hair to him.
Oh God, does Tibs secretly have a kid? Did I not know about this?
Is this secretly Tibbs's kid? Haunting him from beyond the grave?
No.
I don't even know why the grave thing came in, but it just sounds
does the
something
note
Tibbs-ish.
No, he said my mom. He said, the place.
That's what he wants you to think.
I'm wondering if he's using "mom" as a slang term.
Just read the note.
Read the damn note.
Having delivered the note, the pony just walks back down the street the other way, and the note reads, from Joy, aka Boss, to Tibs. Was wondering if I could get your help with something. No, you have a network. Need someone to handle receiving a package in Skyfall. Already have a courier lined up. Need someone to handle getting it into the city. We'll give you a cut of the payment.
All right.
And it says, just come by the bar if you have any information.
Okay. Tibbs will head to the bar.
Alrighty.
And I'm guessing
All right.
everybody that was following Tibbs is now going to the bar.
Yes, indeed. Javolt is returning to the bar.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Does he have his leg on? I
He
forget.
does not.
No,
That is still in the possession of Tempered Steel.
Yes, both his
And Javolt will totally be welcome in that bar.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. So, later, Tibbs, Firelight, Tempered Steel.
Tibbs is going to give everyone a look, and
Oh.
Tibbs, oh shoot, my connection just wobbled again. Anyway, Tibbs is going to look at the others and say, look, I'd kind of prefer to take care of this alone. Business, you know?
And I think everyone present is like, well, unless they went their separate ways like the rest of the party, which is Firelight and Tempered Steel and Javolt and Flotsam, I think.
Flotsam
And
is with
Chica.
What was that, Dylan?
Oh, Spud didn't mention Chica, and I was saying Flotsam was with Chica, but then Spud mentioned Chica, so I guess we're all together?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like people just kind of were leaving, and everyone was trying to follow Tibbs, so everyone just...
For the record, actually, I don't think Flotsam and Chica did. I think they were heading back to Blinky's.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think Flotsam and Chica were going
Yeah.
in the same direction.
Yeah, you're right.
I think
They
not.
were heading back to the bar, so probably still in transit, I guess. But so then the people around Tibbs are Firelight, Tempered Steel, and Javal. And Tibbs is telling them he'd rather go to the bar alone. Thank you.
And he's going to make, after an awkward pause, he's going to make a little shooing motion with it.
Well, Tempered Steel is going to head over to Javolt, and he's going to hold on to the arm, but he's going to return Javolt's electro cape.
Javolt is immediately unbalanced and cannot walk.
Okay, Tempered Steel, why don't you take Javolt back to the bar? Or back to...
I would like the bar, yes. Let's go to the bar.
Blinkies.
Blinky's also has alcohol. Yes, I live with either option.
And
Tempered-
just...
Yeah, but at Blinky's, there are people who are better equipped to prevent you from
Can I
abusing.
have my leg back, by the way? This is really a heavy set of equipment that I'm wearing.
Okay, Tempered Steel's going to pick the equipment back up and put it back away.
So there goes his electro cape.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not, yeah, especially with him mentioning alcohol, Tempered Steel's not ready to give him back his arm at the moment.
Javolt sort of gives Tempered Steel a look and says, "Look, I understand that you can walk on two legs, but I am a quadruped. I need that."
Oh my gosh.
You,
Tempered Steel, just
Steel
get him
is
back to the end.
Tempered Steel's going to pick up Javolt and take him back to Blinky's.
Javolt is going to, while Tempered Steel is carrying him, try to grab his leg and screw it back in.
Yeah, that's not gonna be, that's I'm not seeing how you're gonna be
Can I
able
roll for that?
Oh God.
If he's holding you from the front and say where he keeps the equipment is on his back, that's...
he's got Javolt, like, holding him under his arm, and his bag where he keeps his stuff, including Javolt's arm, is underneath the poncho. So
he's still going to try.
You try, but you can't quite get the reach going, and I imagine you're kind of pressed up against his side, and the wrong side.
Tempered steel is going to be smacking you every time you try to get something,
and every time you try and reach for it, he's just going to try and restrain you. And
again, just not fighting a winning battle here.
Not a fan of judiciating these wrestling matches either. So you'll get. I'm just going to have to say you're probably going to have to get your leg back eventually, but
you'll get yours.
As long as you're promising to cause trouble, it's not going to be anytime soon.
Especially as long as you're promising to go after alcohol again.
I might have to judiciate over that, too.
Much trouble with that.
As they're walking away now, I'm just going to turn to Tibs. Please don't make me go back to them. I won't get in the way of your business. Just please don't make me go back.
Tibs is going to eye Firelight carefully and then say, "All right, but this is my business, not yours, so no judgment, no interfering, etc." You haven't made enemies of this Joy, have you?
No, actually. She seems really nice.
All right, then.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And so Tibs will head to the bar.
Yeah, same here.
All right. I guess eventually both the groups of Flotsam and Chica and Tempered Steel and Javolt arrive back at Blinky's. While that's going on, Tibs and Firelight arrive at the bar with the snake skull sign in front of it. And Joy still seems to be tending the bar. There's actually more ponies in here than last time, including one big old buffalo sitting at the bar.
All right. Well, Tibs is just gonna try and get down to business, so he's gonna go for Joy.
Joy seems to recognize you as you approach, and she says, "Fractured tibia, right?"
Most folks call me Dr. Tibs.
Tibs, fair enough. All right. My name's Joy, though most ponies around here call me Boss.
I got a feeling that was the case. So, what seems to be your issue?
Well, I have an arrangement with the one, Dr. Germain, in Skyfall. We don't really have much in the way of a graveyard or burial services in this town, and I have an arrangement that I send the bodies across the way over to Skyfall so that the doctors there can autopsy them and study the cadavers, in exchange for caps.
All right.
The problem is Skyfall's leadership and guard aren't terribly keen on that, and I understand that personally, but it's kind of a service we need done, and well, so I usually have some pony on the inside to to handle receiving the delivery. Unfortunately, my usual pony has failed to make contact. So, you with your connections, I was wondering if you had any pony in Skyfall.
I do, but question is, this is just a personal question. You mind if I inspect the corpses first?
That you may. You definitely have that right, although there's not a whole lot to say about them. Most of them are, a couple of them are victims of the fire gecko attacks, and the rest are murders, usually knives. Some of them had bad encounters with the robots out there in the curse zones. One of them,
Tibs is just sorry.
One of them, I think, one of them, a unicorn, had a accident in the voodoo curse zone.
Ooh, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah. Again, this is I send them to the doctor in Skyfall because I know these will, there's a chance these might have some useful information. So you're free to look as well, as long as it doesn't delay the delivery. Because
it shouldn't. It's just going to be a quick look. I just like to know what I'm sending. The timing on these
is very particular. So, but yes, you can have some time to look at the bodies if that'll satisfy you.
It will. And lucky for you, I happen to have a contact, or rather, a mutual acquaintance with the current captain of the guard in Skyfall. So.
Good. That's perfect, actually. Perfect. All right. How does I mean, it's not a terribly lucrative job, but how does a cut of 250 caps work for you?
Cut of 250? Let's see here. How many corpses are being moved?
This shipment, it is 9. It's 9.
9 corpses. And you're only getting 250 caps for that?
Well, no, that's your cut. You get 250 caps for that.
Alright. And how much are you getting from that?
It's about, I think it's 120 caps per, well, on average it's 120 caps. It's, about 100 per corpse, and then if there's any quote-unquote interesting, causes of death or any interesting information, there's a bonus involved.
Alright. I'll tell you what. I'd be more than happy to move those corpses for you,
Well,
and I'll take the cut of
move.
250.
Not move, I already have a courier.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Move them through the
Yes.
customs, as it were.
Yeah.
But, how about in exchange, the 250 caps, and I might send someone by here to start pushing my product rather than, what's-his-face down the street.
Chemist. She looks a bit less pleased at that stipulation. I suppose, no, that's going to cause some trouble. Both with, our own local dealer and, with Golden Crown.
Well, I'll just have to talk to both of them too, won't I?
Are you in the
All
business?
I'm asking.
Tibbs, are you in the business of, how highly do you value repeat business in your, chem trade?
I love repeat business. How about this?
The chemist enables some, fairly desperate ponies in this town, and, well, I don't approve, but with Golden Crown's extortion racket, there's not a whole lot I can do alone.
All right, then.
Some of those ponies need treatment before they get any worse, and I don't know. There's just some ponies who need to be cut off before they self-destruct, is what I'm saying.
Well, that is a situation. All right. All I'm asking is, if someone happens to come down to this area, claiming to be with me, with verification, obviously, just make sure they have a warm place to stay, at least for a little while, and I'll take care of the rest. How about that?
Gonna take on Golden Crown?
We'll see.
Tell you what, in exchange for your help, I'll bump it up to 350 caps, and I won't let them deal in my bar, but I will give them some lodging for a few days until the situation is resolved.
Tibs will smile at that and say, I can work with that. And he'll put out a hoof.
Alright. She puts your hoof against yours and kind of shakes on it. 350 and, temporary lodging and potential investment for the future. Right. Just tell me how to get in contact with your captain of the guard friend.
I will take care of that right now. And Tibs will reach into his bag and start writing out a letter. To Beryl.
Alright.
Violet, turns out you're going to be useful after all. I need you to burn this.
Be my lighter, please.
This is the second time I've had to do this for you.
Yeah, but this time it's not sending information to my boss, is it?
Yeah, true enough. All
That's
right.
So, are they? So at Blinky's, would Timber Steel have been able to get anyone to look after Javolt? And
You'll have to talk to them
Nope.
about that.
If
Javolt's
they're
gonna
entering...
keep pestering him until he gets his leg back.
Yeah, there's that. Javolt's being kind of a little child right now.
Well, Tempered Steel is going to, when he gets to Blinky's, he's going to carry him back to that room where he was in before. He's going to hold onto the leg, but he's going to leave the electric cape and that other equipment in the same room.
Javolt is going to go after Tempered Steel and try to get his leg back.
Oh, really? So they're
Tempered-
back at Blinky's now, right?
Yeah. Everyone else is back at Blinky's.
Well, at this point,
Okay.
Zancon's probably walked out of the bathroom to see this going on.
Let's see. So Powder Keg is going to go back to Blinky from probably, I don't know, sweeping the shop or some other useful activity. And go back and say, Blinky, do you happen to have any chloroform on you?
Blinky's eyes imperceptibly widen at that, and she says, "What an odd question."
Well, look, Javolt's being real hard to deal with right now. Until we figure out what to do with him, I'd rather have him knocked out cold.
I just want my leg back from this Minotaur who stole it from me.
Maybe you should have thought about that before you did whatever crazy thing you did to get it taken away.
I got drunk. That was literally all I did. I got drunk.
And kept trying to get more drunk, to the
I
point
gave a glance over
of
it.
annoying everyone involved. But at this point, it is getting a little ridiculous.
You didn't try to get drunk, you violently tried to get drunk.
You violently try to get violently drunk. But
Alright, that's it. I'm just going to go with you until you give me back my leg.
you might just want to give him back the leg and deal with the consequences.
Is there
Zancon will
anywhere
sigh.
that
Zancon
Tempered
will
Steel could
sigh.
put it for safekeeping that would be out of Javolt's reach?
That would still
Oh my
leave you with
God,
the
I
problem
just
of
had
him
an
bugging
idea.
the hell out of you.
Hey, Spud,
Yes.
you know that box back in Blue Moon's tent?
Yeah, the sort of ender chest deal you've got going on there.
Am I allowed to port things from there to the box, from like where I am to the box?
No.
I'm not gonna do it, I'm just curious if I can.
Why are you asking if
You've
you're not planning
previously
to?
been able to draw things out of that in the lost session.
Okay.
But maybe so. I mean, certainly there's significantly more distance than last time to deal with, and teleportation is not strictly your forte.
Not particularly. I was just curious.
Also,
In
that
case,
would probably be a
this
very
goes
bad
on too
idea
long.
anyway.
I don't know.
But-
It'd probably
so
solve the
is-
problem,
but
and
is
would stop
there-
him bugging Tempered Steel about
No,
it,
it
because he'd
wouldn't.
have to
That's the
bug
thing.
me.
It wouldn't.
Is there a shelf or something in this place that Tempered Steel could put the...
None of this solves the problem, guys.
Tempered.
So anyway,
But-
did she
Oh,
say
okay.
something? Did Blinky actually tell me if she had any chloroform, or she just
She
say it
didn't
was?
really give you an answer, just because she seemed more surprised by the question than anything else.
Speaking out of character, can you possibly ask Javolt to not try and get more alcohol as a condition of getting his leg back? And then just give him his leg back.
Well, that would assume that Javolt would say that he's not going to, and that Steel believes him when he says that.
Do I have to roll for bluff? Even if it's true, do I have to roll for bluff?
If it's true, you... Okay, no, persuasion. Just lying or not doesn't matter, persuasion.
Right, what was my persuasion again? I know it was really high.
Yeah,
There it
This
is.
is not an indication of whether you're lying or not. This is just whether an indication of whether you seem sincere at all.
Okay, can I re-roll that? I think I have one more re-roll.
Yeah, one more time. Because that's an 11 and that sucks.
Okay, now I have a 19.
And that sucks slightly less. Javolt, when he says that, seems to be kind of on the verge. I think there might be a chance that he's, sincere this time, but it's hard to tell. You could also be lying. It's just
It's
kind of
the
seems
goggles.
too fidgety to tell.
Is anyone willing to hold on to Javolt's arm for me for a while?
Yeah, sure, fine. I'll do it.
Where are you even going?
To do what I was planning on doing before you became a headache today.
That tells me nothing.
Okay,
Walk over and I
Tempered
guess take
Steel
the
is
arm off
going
Tempered
to-
Steel.
wait, what?
Send
well,
her and
you're-
text the arm Mafia.
Yes, Tempered
If you're-
Steel will apprehensively hand the arm over to Zenkarn.
Cool.
But yes, the other stuff is in the
Yeah,
back.
you left Javolt's electric and equipment in the room.
Yes, and then Tempered Steel. If it's not too late, he's going to try and head to that bar to do what he was planning on doing originally,
Which was to see if he could catch Mighty Hide Bill, the buffalo.
Well, he might do that, but he'll probably do that as long as Bill's there. But he's also going to go look for information on other stuff, namely Golden Crown.
Okay. So, you can do that while Zenkarn and the rest of the group and the place deal with Javolt.
Javolt gives Zenkarn.
Oh, and Tempered Steel's going to say, "Thank you very much," in a sincere manner as he walks out of the building to Zenkarn.
Yeah, no problem. Have fun. Tell me when he's around the corner.
Tempered Steel is out of sight. Javolt is
Tempered Steel gets out of sight.
As soon as Tempered Steel gets out of sight, I look at Javolt and I'm like, right, here's the deal. I'll give you your arm back, and you don't kill yourself getting drunk. Actually, no, better deal. I'll give you your arm back, and if you kill yourself getting drunk, I get access to your corpse.
Zenkarn is best, Eva.
Zenkarn, do we need to have a talk?
Technically, I promised some of my body parts off for science. You can have my, you can't have my pancreas, you can't have my stomach, and you cannot have, well, I'm not going to say that with a child.
Look, if I can have the head and the spleen, that's really all I need.
You can write off the liver at this point.
Zenkarn!
What? He's gonna be dead, he won't need them until later when we revive him, and I can put him back together, probably. Anyway, do we have a deal, Javolt?
I suppose that's reasonable.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll give him back his arm.
I screw on the arm. I look at the bottles of alcohol, and then I...
Blinky stares at you. Very, very directly.
Zenkarn?
You know, I'm going to go see what Tempered Steel is doing. He's a little too naive to be trusted in this town, and he...
Javolt, no.
Aurelia shakes her
does
head.
not let Javolt leave. You are in no state to be leaving.
Why not?
The fact that I need to tell you why shows why you are absolutely not able to leave right now.
Aurelia starts listing off on her claws. You're still probably in a hangover or drunk. You're still, in grief over, your niece and all, and, frankly, I think Tempered Steel's just kind of annoyed with you at this point. Just kind of a list of not very good ideas.
Well, I suppose one of
probably be pretty dang annoyed with Zenkarn, too, if he winds up seeing Javolt coming after him down the street all of a sudden.
Not that Zenkarn...
And I will be very, very sad about that. No way whatsoever.
I'm not sure. Do I have a hangover? I usually have a headache. I'm not sure if this is a hangover headache.
Actually, what it is you're still drunk. The treatment was to make sure your liver doesn't self-destruct with all the stuff you've drank, but you're probably still just kind of inebriated, whatever effect that has on you.
Us donkeys have excellent alcohol resistance.
As far as you know.
As far as Javolt thinks.
As far as Javolt knows.
Javolt?
Because we have excellence, we can power through a lot.
At this point, Flotsam kind of shuffles her way to the front to look at Javolt. You can tell she's been crying. There are dried tear stains under her eyes. And she just kind of waves off Powder and Aurelia and looks up at Javolt and says, "Javolt, I know you feel well enough to do whatever, but as a personal favor to me, will you please just stay here for today, the rest of today? Please?"
Well, tonight, really, but yeah.
I suppose that's all right if you need my help with...
Yeah, I need your help with, I wanted you to show me how to maintain Igor, in case you're ever, in case you and she ever get separated for some reason. I think it makes sense to have two of us who can look after her. So maybe you could show me how to run maintenance checks on her.
Right. The technology. 'Cause...
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Where did Igor go?
Where did Igor go?
Meanwhile, at the Skull and Snake Bar.
God damn it.
Oh, son of a bitch, that is where you left.
That is where you left Igor.
What?
No.
Where was she left?
At the bar we're at.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she's been spending most of the time just sort of awkwardly posing as a jukebox.
Because that looks like a jukebox.
Oh
Actually,
my God.
Actually, yeah, I think what would have happened then was, Joy probably, not really knowing what else to do with it, probably would have just, asked if he could access the radio.
Okay, Flotsam will go, okay, what's Igor's frequency? We'll just contact her and tell her to come back.
Oh, I never asked. I
Javal,
consider it to be rude.
I think it's on here somewhere. I'm going to retcon it that Flotsam at some point, because the party does get split up, has taken the initiative to put Igor's frequency on the pit buck.
Please.
Can that be a thing that is happening?
I think the Pitbuck might have had a chance to pick up the broadcast frequency on its own.
Excellent.
I'm just...
In which case, Flotsam will access this frequency and say, is that okay?
Sure, yeah.
Igor, are you there?
Tibs and Firelight. You notice that the iBot that had been serving as the radio station suddenly cuts off, and you hear Flotsam's voice through it.
Igor sort of coughs and says, yes, hello, Flotsam, how are you?
I'm okay.
And she's sort of giving Tibs and Firelight a look like, don't notice me, don't notice me.
Just kind of shaking a little bit.
Javolt didn't mean to leave you behind. Can you please come find us at Blinky's?
Sure. Igor sort of floats toward the door, then she floats back toward Joy and says, I've been playing music for 30 minutes. Does that get me any caps?
Joy rolls her eyes, puts some caps into a plastic bag, and kind of pokes it against one of Igor's little spindles.
Oh.
It's about
Igor picked up casual work. Isn't it?
25 caps.
Yay. And then Igor sort of nods and says, thank you, and sort of tries to go out with awkward wing waves to the doctors.
Totally gonna ignore this entire thing.
Tibs is going to ignore it too.
Someone open the door for the iBot.
And then Joy brings out an actual FM radio from beneath the counter and turns it on.
Why weren't you just using that?
Because
she had a robot.
Because an iBot probably has a better signal than
The radio does sound much has much less clear of a speaker setup than the iBot did.
In contrast to those two, I'm presuming that Temper Steel and Igor pass by each other. When Temper Steel sees Igor with the bag floating down the street, he's going to stop, watch as she floats on by in silence.
Yeah, Igor is going to pretend she's just a random iBot and does not know this Minotaur at all.
Well, I mean, Temper Steel's not going to say anything, but he's just going to see Igor, watch as she floats on by, and then, turn to face forward, beat, then keep going.
Alright. Shortly after Igor leaves, Tempered Steel arrives in the bar. And Joy notices him and says, "Oh, you were here earlier."
Yeah, sorry about all that happened before.
Well, I got an hour's worth of good radio out of it, so.
Temper Steel's gonna look back over his shoulder out the door, and then look back and not say anything.
I suspect you're not here to buy anything.
No. Well, at least I'm not planning on it. and he's going to look around to see who. I mean, you said it's a small place before, right?
Yeah, it's not too large.
Okay, he's going to look to see who's there, get a sense of who's all in the building.
Since it's sort of later in the evening, definitely a few more people than before, including one much larger form than the rest, a buffalo.
Okay, I don't suppose that amongst the crowd he recognizes either of the two ponies that tried to jump him at the alleyway, did he? Does he?
Roll perception.
Okay, what's my perception? Okay, 7.
Will he also notice Firelight and Tibs?
Presumably.
Well, he kind of, he knew they were headed this direction anyway, so, even if he spots them, he's not going to think too much of it.
Yeah, not even going to say hello or anything, just,
Well, where are they in relation to where...
At the front bar.
Okay, when he sees them, he's going to look at him and he's going to give him a small wave hello.
Tibs, much like Igor, is going to blatantly ignore it.
Oh, wait.
You know what? Just for the hell of it, Firelight will too.
Okay,
your small little wave doesn't garner a response towards
okay, I forgot
from the two ponies that have their backs to you.
Okay, I forgot to put the addition on it with rolling it, but I rolled a 13, so with a plus 7, that is that should be a full 20.
You spot one of the two thugs who tried to jump you earlier, off just in one of the booths.
Is he sitting by himself?
He seems to be sitting with a couple of the more hardened Ribcage citizens. Probably a couple of the ones that you saw defending the town from the geckos earlier.
Ah, are there any empty chairs over near that place?
Yeah, there's a couple of empty chairs. Not every table's filled in the house.
Okay. He's going to go over that direction. He's going to grab a chair and he's going to sit down next to that table.
This earth pony and this unicorn on the other side of the booth are just glare at you, saying, "Hey, buzz off! This is our table." While the thug just kind of looks at you, wide-eyed and sweating a little bit.
Tempered Steel is going to take out. Is there any difference between the two knives he got from those goons before?
They're kind of identical machetes.
Okay, he's going to take out one of those knives and he's going to hold it not pointing it, but like by the. Well, is it kind of like a kitchen knife type style thing, or is it what kind of?
Machete.
Okay, he's going to hold it by the blade in a way he's not going to cut himself.
By the flat of the blade.
Right, on the flat of the blade, and he's going to carefully put it down on the table where the handle of it is aimed at the pony he recognizes. I think this belongs to you.
The unicorn chuckles as you do that and says, "Dangerous way to put a knife on a table." But the thug doesn't, just kind of his eyes dart between you and the knife, as if looking for a potential moment to strike.
Tempered Steel is going to grab his hammer from his back, and he's going to put it so he's holding it on his lap as kind of a reminder of what he can do with it if he needs to.
And the thug kind of just winces and absent-mindedly rubs the side of his barrel where you had struck him earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, that's mine. Thank you. And he just kind of takes the machete and pockets it, to the surprise of his to his mates in the booth. Just like, what the hell's up with you, Club? Come on.
Well, we had a bit of an encounter earlier where you said his name was Club.
The two ponies on the other side, just the earth pony starts shuffling out. It's just like, I don't want anything to do with this. Just whatever. The unicorn kind of files out as well, and Club just goes, "Hey, no, wait, come back, guys, wait!" And before long, he's left alone at the booth.
Is there room where Tempered Steel could sit in the booth next to him, where where it's like where I mean,
he's kind of taken up a lot of the space on the other side, but the seat opposite him is now free.
Well, Tempered Seal is going to stay sitting at the end of the table then.
Okay.
So, I believe last time we met, things did not go well for you.
No, well, I'd really prefer you didn't make that terribly public, though.
Why not?
My boss would have my cutie mark for that.
Oh, you mean, or would you prefer I not say her name out loud either?
Yeah, he just tries to look away from you, like pretending you're not there or something.
Well, look, I am looking for information about your boss, and since...
Well, I ain't a rat, so, you know what? No.
Well, if I don't get it from you, I'm gonna get it from somebody.
Well, it doesn't have to be me then. Then I'm not the rat, so there.
Tell me, how exactly did this one little girl become so powerful and so terrifying in this town?
Well, I mean, you know how it goes. Appearances can be deceiving. She
What,
she
is
rolls
she
up
not
with,
actually a little girl and just looks like it?
No, I mean, she leverages the whole cute thing to catch ponies off guard. And, before you knew it, every pony was kind of under her hoof. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just, foot soldier for all. I mean, but then he just, clams up and.
Okay, sorry.
Holds his puts his hoofs on his mouth so he doesn't speak anything.
Sorry,
although you can.
I was disconnected.
Well then, because Tempered Seal wasn't listening, he didn't quite.
Well,
because he didn't quite catch what Club said before he covered his hooves over his mouth and to prevent himself from speaking anymore, even though you can hear him go.
Dang you, internet connection!
Arg.
But then he calms down a little bit and says, I think she started out as just kind of tricking every pony with her cuteness, and before any pony knew what was going on, I don't know. One day she was, just another filly in town. The next, half the town owed her money.
So, if you're not willing to talk, do you happen to know anyone who might be more inclined to provide valuable information?
He just shrugs and says, Golden Crown herself, maybe? 'Cause, tell you what, she doesn't exactly have a second in command or anything. She runs this one town. She runs it basically by herself. I'm just here to be her enforcer and get paid.
So, okay, do you know where I would find her then?
Well, I mean, her public house is in the first rib, but I mean everyone knows where that is, but like her actual hideout, I don't know. You usually don't find her there at her regular house.
I don't suppose you know if she has any parents anymore, do you?
I don't think so. Filly like that usually doesn't have parents.
I don't know, it's possible.
I've never seen them, or heard of them, or heard her mention them, so no.
You happen to know anyone who might know where her hideout is?
If I don't know, then no one else probably knows.
Alright. Is there anything you can tell me that won't leave you worried you're gonna get killed?
I'm already worried right now, man.
Alright.
Just can you leave me alone now and just pretend this didn't happen?
I suppose so. You haven't been completely uncooperative, and
just
Tempered Steel's going to take the other goon machete, and he's going to put it on the table. This one not pointed at it. He's just going to. It's kind of like lined up with the booth. Feel free to give that back to your friend.
Oh, okay.
And then he's going to stand up. He's going to leave the chair where it was, but he's going to leave. He's going to leave the booth. But he's going to glance over his shoulder as he goes to make sure Club, make sure Club doesn't try to stab him in the back.
He definitely reaches for the other machete, but despite the opportunity, he doesn't really go for it, and you're able to walk away unscathed.
All right.
In fact, he doesn't really move away from the booth for a very long time after you leave.
Okay. And then Tempered Steel is going to go over to Mighty Hide Bill.
All right. You head over to Buffalo Bill, whose head is just kind of laying against the bar, with a bunch of drinks right next to him.
Is he passed out cold?
No, he still kind of seems to be kind of lucid, but mumbling to himself, like, yeah, well,
Okay. Is there anything he's able to get out of it at all, or?
It's barely language.
Okay. Tempered Steel's gonna take a seat nearby.
Team deathmatch. Anyway. And he seems to feel the jostling nearby, because his head kind of jerks up a bit, like, huh? What? Oh, is Dad? No.
No, that I'm pretty sure that would not be possible.
His eyes squint. His, pupils look very unfocused, and he says, Wait. You're the Minotaur along with the donkey who beat me back in Skyfall. Why are you here?
Well, I didn't come to this town looking for you, but well, it's fancy meeting you here, by the way.
Yeah, well, this is my home, so yeah.
True enough.
Boss, can you get me some ice water? And Joy just rolls her eyes and slides a glass down to him.
Tempered Steel is going to grab it and hand it to to make it easy for him to grab it.
Yeah, he kind of grabs shakily with his hooves and downs the water, ice and all in one go. What was your name again?
My name is Tempered Steel.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry, you're not seeing me at my best.
Yeah,
Just,
I guess.
Trying to relax, Thought time away in Skyfall would do me some good, and it did, but then it just got back, and, Anyway, anything you particularly need, because I kind of want to pass out now.
Well, I happened to meet your dragons out front.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now you see, that's what I was talking about. Face dragons out here all the time.
Yep. Strange, wingless dragons.
I'm thinking, like, they're like little, like, baby dragons, but that means there's a whole, ton of them back there, and we're, making sure the dragons don't repopulate, right? That's the last thing we need, is more angry, curse-filled dragons.
So, what do you know about them? I was told you might be a valuable source of information on them.
Oh, yeah. While back, I'll have you know, I led a 3-person raid into the dragon's cave.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, this whole big old cave, just these little tinier, smaller caves, just stretching out, just a whole bunch underground, and it was actually really, really, like, trippy, because, like, there was all these machine parts everywhere, like the dragons had been gathering them, and they were all like built like sort of shrine-like around this big old, like, silver, like, tooth-like stone with dragon writing over it.
Really?
Yeah.
You know anything about the writing?
One of my buddies said it was like dragon language, It was like, you see a bunch of this stuff across a bunch of other places in the maw, and it's like this stone was just covered in this stuff. This big old, like, silver scale stone thing. It looked super draconic.
Yeah, I've seen some of those myself.
And the little dragons had just gathered all of this really technological looking things and just piled it on, and like the biggest, like, piece of all was this refractor core thing, and so as a souvenir, I took the big old refractor and brought it back.
A what core?
Refractor core. I don't really get the science, but apparently it's this crystal thing that generates power for a certain kind of machine. It's really bright and the colors are pretty, and he kind of dazes off for a second, and then shakes his head and says, "But yeah, I've still got that up in my room."
So you have any idea what they were collecting these parts for?
Probably for Ormar, the machine dragon thing, right? That's his. The cave was in his territory, and there were also. Oh yeah, that's right. There were also like a couple of like security robots in there, and not the ones with like the brain cases either. These were just like on their own.
So do you know where these caves are?
Oh yeah, I could probably.
Well, that's a dumb question. Of course, you know where the caves are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like one of like 2 people who've ever been inside the thing.
So you have a knowledge of those caves, correct?
Yeah. Now I'm like the bottom of my hoof, and he just tries to look at the bottom of one of his front hooves, but can't quite get the angle right.
All right then. I'm gonna let you pass out like you wanted to now.
Great, thanks. And
it's not too much.
His head immediately drops onto the counter and create this huge thud, and he just starts to snore.
Tempered Steel's gonna kind of trail off as he keeps talking. I might come back and talk to you more. Okay then.
Yeah, Bill did not seem to be very high energy this time around.
I hope that him losing an arm wrestling didn't take something out of him.
It might have.
All right. He is. Yes, Tempered Steel is. With that, he's just gonna ask around a little, see if anyone has any information they can tell him on Golden Crown.
Well, I mean, there's always Joy up front, and she's doesn't really have much new to say. I would think. Just I don't know. She Golden Crown basically makes her money off a sort of protection racket. Plenty of people try to cause trouble in Ribcage, but she makes sure that she is the only one who's allowed to cause trouble. She has a small army of hired mercs in the town who basically serve as sort of a pseudo guard force. And this was before Slinger came along to kind of shake up the power structure. So now there's kind of a conflict there going on. This is what you learn by asking around just a bunch of random people in the bar.
All right. So once Tempered Steel is pretty sure he's not going to be getting any more valuable information, he's going to go down and he's going to go over and sit next to Firelight and Tibs.
I suppose we should stop ignoring him.
Oh, Tempered Steel, when did you get here?
I could ask the same of you two.
I was the one who said that.
Oh, good point.
Tibs is going to look at Tempered Steel and go, "Already made a job. That's nothing to do with drugs. Stop looking at me like that."
Stop looking at you like what? And Tempered Steel is going to purposely give him a suspicious look, but it's going to be the kind where you know that he's not serious about it.
He's kind of overdoing it, which is hard to do. He's like really giving you an exaggerated stink eye.
Fantastic. Tibs is going to roll his eyes at that and then turn back to Joy.
And at this point, it's been called out that the bar is starting to clear out and get ready to close. So Joy looks at Tempered Steel and says, "So, what was your conversation there with Bill?"
Oh, I was just trying to... I was told by Slinger he might have some information on those dragons, and he's going to do air quotes when he says dragons.
Like you do, yeah. Yeah, ever since he led that raid on the Gecko Cave, he's been talking nonstop about dragons. And weird thing is, we've tried to remind him that well, they're fire geckos and not dragons, but I don't know, it doesn't seem to really get through. I heard something about a refractor when he was talking with you.
Yeah, that's not my field of expertise.
He's never mentioned that before. He must have been especially drunk tonight.
Huh. I'll have to see if anyone else on the team knows anything about that kind of stuff.
You know, the gecko attack started shortly after his raid on the cave.
Really?
Or rather, they picked up in intensity shortly after his raid on the cave.
Huh. Well, that certainly is an interesting piece of information.
I always assumed that we'd just, anchored them, but we've fought them back so many times that any normal creature, I would imagine, would have given up by now, but...
Well, maybe I'll have to ask him about that at some point when he's, not sloshed.
Maybe you shouldn't ask him. Joy, goes around over the bar and around to Bill, and, just kind of roots around in the small pouch that, Bill has on him, and pulls out a key, and tosses it in Tempered Steel's direction.
Tempered Steel catches it, but he looks unsure as he looks down at the key and back to Joy.
His, quarters are only a couple buildings down.
Yeah, but, see, the thing is, breaking into someone's house like this isn't exactly something I am keen on. Especially since Bill, as far as I can tell, it seems like a rather decent individual for the most part.
Tibs is going to look over to Tempered Steel and go, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You just helped him walk home after he got particularly sloshed.
Yeah, it's not breaking in if you got the key. Why am I helping you? Why am I saying it?
And then Firelight has a moment of perspective.
You're a bad influence.
Tibs is gonna look at Firelight and go, hey, no judging. We promised that.
Look,
Outstanding.
I think both of us are always judging you, Tibs.
No, I promise this is a non-judging zone.
I did not promise that.
No, you did.
Oh god, this is the 3X Raiders too.
It sure is.
What was that?
The 3X Raiders.
The 3X Raiders of the party.
Meet in a bar.
Such great camaraderie between us all.
Wow. But Joy smirks at Tib's suggestion and says, "Well, yeah, if you want to appease your sensibilities, then sure, you can help Bill get home safely, and if it helps with the investigation, you can take a look around his apartment then. How about that?"
I will approve of us helping him get home and just looking as we help him, get inside. But I will not let anyone steal anything from that building.
Tibs is going to raise an eyebrow and go, what's this wee business? I've got other things to do.
Oh, come on. You don't think it wouldn't be fun?
I've got some corpses to look at, mate.
And I don't think, unless
Zenkarn walks over here for some reason and starts doing his business, I don't think those corpses are gonna be walking up and going anywhere.
Joy makes kind of a sliding motion with her hoof and says, "Look, I'll get you some help because he is a pretty big bastard." Snake, Snake, Snake.
God damn it!
I see what you did there. Still how big is Bill?
And the grizzled pony you met from before, Tibs, wearing an apron, comes from some corner of the bar. Yeah?
Nice apron.
Just growls at you. And
well, how big is Bill compared to Tempered Steel?
I don't know, probably, when you're standing up, he's probably a little shorter, but in terms of mass, he's probably actually a little bit larger.
Okay then.
I was waiting a little while to do that, if anyone's wondering.
Well, it was worth the wait, I feel.
Does he have a cardboard box?
Not that you can see.
If we could see it, we wouldn't be able to see him. We wouldn't know it was Snake. There'd just be a cardboard box somewhere.
And Joy says, I'll take care of the rest of the chores. You make sure that our good friend Bill gets home, will ya? And Snake just growls and says, okay, Mom. And Snake takes off the apron and starts moving to kind of help pick up Bill and carry him.
My question is she actually his mom?
Tibs is going to raise an eyebrow and at that and turn to Joy and say slightly under his breath, you sure don't look like a man who's had a child.
And she kind of smirks a little bit at that comment, but gives you a little nod as well.
I can't tell if Tibbs is just making a comment or if he's actually hitting on her.
A little column A, a little column B.
Okay, no, that's dope.
Well, okay then.
Right.
Smooth doctor.
Roleplay that motherfucker now.
No, do it. Mirror before. Roleplay that motherfucker.
I'm already juggling 2 or 3 love interests here.
No.
You made me do it.
Tibbs is not,
no,
Tibbs is just...
It was just one comment, so.
Yeah, it's just one comment. This is purely from a business perspective.
Sure.
Damn it.
He's flirting for business
someone
purposes.
else stumble over awkward romantic information.
Look, I will write
and the
awkward
pickup
romantic
lines
letters
begin in the
to
live stream
Cinder
chat.
if you want.
Okay, so I presume the 4 of them work together to take Bill home.
It seems to be just the 2 of you. It seems to be just you and Snake.
Wait, Firelight's not helping?
Is Firelight helping?
Nah, I'd rather see some dead bodies.
Wow, Tibbs is
that
having
came
an
out
influence on
wrong.
you.
Not in character, but high five.
Tibbs, are you being a bad influence on Firelight?
Depends on your definition of bad, mate.
Alright. So you and Snake managed to just carry Bill's snoring body down the street and towards seems to be kind of a duplex sort of place. He's pretty heavy, but with him just kind of bearing the brunt of the load on his back and you just kind of keeping up the rear, you managed to get him towards his house. And
wouldn't it actually be inversed since Steele's the bigger individual?
well, but you're the taller individual.
True. Good point.
It's a kind of a moot point anyway, because it's not a terribly long journey. Just would
Yeah,
have
good.
just
All
would have
right.
been infinitely more inconvenient on your own.
Okay.
And the key that Joy fished out of Bill's pocket works like a charm, and you're able to get inside.
Okay.
And Snake just goes, "All right, let's drop him off and go."
Alright, I will, I'll take care of this. Thank you for your help.
Well, what?
Tibbs,
Just like that? Seriously?
What?
We barely got in the door. Where do we put him down?
well, is there any place that looks like he could be put down? Is there a chair or anything?
There's a stack of 3 mattresses in the corner.
All right. Yes, take him over there.
And you and Snake just kind of plop him down, and Snake goes, "Ah, all right. Oh, glad I could help."
Yeah. Steele is going to, although I don't know if it'll come off as patronizing or not if he gives him a few caps as a thank you for his help.
He's pretty much gone before you can really, really compliment him or reward him.
Okay, so much for that. Okay, Steele, he's going to look around. I mean, he's in a living room or something right now, right?
Yeah, there's a living room, there's a kitchen, bathroom. Seems to be kind of it.
That's just the room that he's in that he took Bill into, right?
Yeah.
is there any sign of this so-called refractor core in that room?
You notice that there's a very large set of drawers, and one of them seems to be glowing a little bit.
But this is in the same room, right?
Yeah, in the same room.
He's going to, is Bill pretty much out of it? There's no chance he's just going to wake up all of a sudden?
While you were moving him around, he didn't so much as make a peep, other than to breathe, so... Yeah, not much of a chance he's getting...
Okay, Steele is going to walk over to that chest of drawers. He's going to put the key on top of it where he can leave it so, Bill can easily find it later. And he's going to glance inside the glowing drawer.
Amidst a pile of what seem to be various polka-dotted ties, glows this clear capsule, inside of which is this sort of diamond-like glowing crystal that's shimmering all kinds of different colors.
I mean, I take it that since he isn't a technical-minded individual, he really can't tell much about it, right?
Not a whole lot, other than it's really kind of shiny, and actually, now that you look at it, a little bit kind of mesmerizing.
Tempered Steel will tap it a little with his finger.
It seems to weirdly kind of just glow a little bit brighter after you tap it. And more colors shifting more rapidly. It's kind of hard to look away, actually.
He's going to whistle at it.
The colors shift sort of all at once, as if in response.
Well, that's cool. That works.
At this point, your eyes are kind of glued to it. Also, Eli, why are you not muted?
Oh, shit, sorry. I thought I was.
Lol.
At this point, your eyes are kind of glued to it.
Can I make... Does Tempered Steel realize this?
Have you realized it?
Well, do I need to make a roll to break away from that?
You do need to make a roll to break away from it.
Okay, so, what is the, roll?
Let's see, what would be a good... Well, probably something intelligence-based, let's say either raw intelligence or horse sense.
Okay, so, which one's intelligence? Or is...
Right, the 4 attributes... Knowledge, right.
Knowledge or horse sense?
Knowledge or horse sense.
I don't suppose offhand that endurance would be a viable option, would it?
Normally, but this is kind of, in this sense, is especially a sort of more mental thing, so endurance would become more of a physical thing. And there's not really a straight-up, willpower stat amongst the attributes and skills.
I rolled a total of 23.
Alright, you're able to drag your eyes away.
Okay, and he's going to close the drawer so that the light is not shining out of it anymore.
Alright, all that's left is just the glow through the cracks.
Okay, then this is the kind of door he can lock from the inside and then close it behind him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's making sure he's not forgetting, any of his own stuff. He's going to do that, and then he's going to close the door behind him so that it's locked.
Yep, you managed to lock the door to Bill's house behind you.
Well, that was weird.
And then he is going to head back, first to the bar, towards the Snake Skull bar.
Alright.
See if he can meet up with,
Tibs and Firelight?
Right.
Okay. Before long, Tibs and Firelight, you see Tempered Steel come back.
So, you make it home alright?
Yep.
Find anything interesting?
As a matter of fact, I did. There was this, it's a bit creepy, actually. Like, an addiction on the eyes. I'm going to presume it was the refractor core.
Okay. We will probably need to get that.
I wouldn't be surprised if, something about it unnaturally made Bill think it'd be a good idea to take it. I don't know what it was.
Joy gives you a look and says, "Did you take it?"
No.
So did you lock the door behind you?
Yes.
So you left the potentially powerful, important item with Bill and locked the door behind you.
I'm not... look, all things considered, I would have considered that stealing. And yes, if we have to get it, and yes, maybe we'll have to get it away from him. But I would prefer to see if we can't do it with less underhanded means.
Joy just face hooves and says, "You deal with this all the time?"
You have no idea. Tibs is going to look Temperate Steel and go, "All right, mate. You said yourself this thing was an addiction on the eyes, right? Right?
It was hard. It was not easy to break looking at it.
Now, think for a moment. Would you rather have that item that someone like you had trouble looking away from, and would you rather keep it in the hooves of some alcoholic buffalo?
Well, I don't think,
Something that I think we're probably all aware was likely stolen in the first place.
I will admit you have a good point.
I'll admit he has good points too.
Man, Firelight and Tibs are just bros this session.
I really wasn't expecting this either.
Me neither.
This is a real welcome twist. Tibbs, are making sense.
Doctors before everyone else.
I guess. Tibbs is also going to face it.
But considering the way looking at it, makes you not want to look away, and I don't have a safe way to carry it,
Don't look at it and put it in a bag?
What about Javolt? Pipes up a voice that isn't even there.
Yeah, we'll ignore all the magical characters.
Look, if we need to get it without him knowing about it, we can do it when we're prepared for it, and once we know that we can't talk some sense into him and fix this problem, like civilized individuals.
Instead of just taking it and bypassing. Wow, no, I'm not. I really shouldn't be suggesting this.
Tibbs is going to pat Firelight on the back and say, No, it's alright. It's just common sense. Not
Tibbs.
terribly common in the Wasteland, but...
Tibbs, stop being a bad influence on Firelight.
Joy just kind of sighs and says, "Well, you did what you did. What's done is done, and I guess you'll have some more trouble to deal with later."
Tibbs is going to clap his hooves at this and say, Alright, Steel, you're gonna have a second chance. I'd like you to go back to Blinky's, not tavern, but general store, as it were, and get Zenkan, Powder, whoever happens to be there, to help you get that fucking thing out of there. So...
Yeah, someone who can pick locks. Wait, did you lock the door on your way out?
Yeah,
yes, he locked the door on his way out.
Lock the door on the way out.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I'm not sure if any of us is real great at lockpicking, but Powder Keg always has the good old
walls.
the good old forceful lockpick.
I think Flotsam has demonstrated a decent ability to lockpick.
Yeah, actually, except Powder Keg is also actually really good at lockpicking.
Yeah,
in fact, he has an 18 to it and rolls twice.
Yeah, that's still a mechanics roll, and both of you are. I mean, if you can set up an explosive, you can probably pick a lock.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, not only that, Powder Keg has his 7th level Destiny feature, which at this point makes it so he rolls twice on all expert skills, which, mechanics is an expert skill.
It makes the player mention that twice in any discussion of it.
I thought I was still muted the first time.
Oh. Fair enough.
Because I've had myself muted for most of this session.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. That's
so
a legitimate concern.
Yeah, it is legitimate.
I was just poking fun. Sorry.
Especially after last session when I tried to speak several times and was muted.
Yeah. Okay.
That was fun.
So, pick up probably Powder Keg or Flotsam, probably Zenkan, and go get that thing back. Meanwhile, we're gonna go look at some corpses, because we've been putting that off.
Sounds like such a delightful evening.
For a couple of doctors, what could be more relaxing than dealing with people who are already dead?
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about messing anything up.
Exactly.
And then you accidentally bring them all back to life.
Wrong party member.
No, actually, we can't
Actually,
do that.
no, you can do that.
It's like Oh shit! I guess you only got 8 corpses now.
7. I did it too.
Shit! Damn it! It keeps happening.
Why am I so good at doctoring?
Why am I so bad at being bad?
That should be Firelight's line.
Yes.
Why must I fix everything I touch?
Okay. Yes, let's go look at dead things.
Okay. So, Tempered Steel, do you take their suggestion and head on back to the general store?
No, he's gonna stay with them.
So you're gonna blatantly ignore them.
Hey, to be fair, we blatantly ignored him. Karma happens.
Come on. Wait, Tempered Steel, you should probably do this before he wakes up.
It's not like this is the only time he's ever gonna be asleep.
Yes, but we're gonna be busy. What are you gonna go do looking at a bunch of corpses?
Well, I'm not going to break into somebody's home.
I'm now picturing the Dragon Mauler's, to-do list, and it's topple a criminal empire. Steal a magical artifact from a buffalo. With, parentheses, and without tempered steel.
3, study some corpses. For science.
4, sell drugs. Wait, that's just Tibs's.
4 is get around to maybe killing the dragons at some point.
5, either convince self that niece is dead, or find way to find niece not being dead.
One of those two.
6, necromancy.
And here's a thing to consider. What happens if we're holding on to it and we haven't taken it back yet, and then Bill wakes up and discovers it's missing?
Oh no, the drunk Minotaur doesn't know where he put a thing.
Buffalo. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Sorry.
Well, it could be either. Just fake Tempered Steel being drunk.
Joy just kind of gives you all a smile as you're talking about this and says, don't worry about, if you do go through with it, that is, don't worry about any backlash from Bill. I'll make sure he stays in line.
He'll understand that it's for his own good.
I'm starting to suspect he's brought more trouble to this town than his fair share.
Well, that wasn't ominous. Alright, can we look at dead bodies now?
Alright.
Is Tempered Steel gonna go steal things?
He's still not feeling on board with the idea of doing that right now.
Even though it would probably be worse for Buffalo Bill in the long term, the longer he's left alone with that
Tibs,
thing.
Firelight, you might have to go around Tempered Steel on this one.
He's had it. Look, it's not like he got it yesterday, is it?
No.
Right. So if he does,
Tempered Steel, honor before reason.
Okay. Fair enough.
To the tropes page.
No.
Well, it's already on
I'm
there.
already there. What do you want?
No. No.
Well, that's fine.
Anyways.
But it's not like not removing it from him tonight is going to spell doom and disaster.
We don't know this. We're dealing with a magical artifact.
No. He's tempting fate. Let him.
You know what? I'm fine with this. I'm fine. Just
All right.
Tibs is just gonna wave his hoof and go, all right, then, come along. You get to look at the dead bodies with us.
Okay. So, Joy and Snake finish cleaning up the bar and closing it down, putting all the materials and goods behind securely locked doors, and Joy leads you over to one side and opens up a trap door down to the basement, and says, "Come on down, gentle colts."
All right.
All right.
This is an ominous animal.
She leads you down stairs where there's a few rooms. Some of them seem to be sort of bunks and whatnot. It's very sort of sparsely furnished area. And towards one side there seems to be a big old freezer room.
All right.
Joy twists the handle of the door open and pulls it apart. Inside there's shelves full of preserved meat and other food items and whatnot, but along the far end there are some pony bodies just kind of piled up.
Not like neatly stacked or anything like that. Just piled.
They also seem to be resting on this sort of stretcher-like thing that's, or rather, no, they're kind of in this cart with a sort of cloth draped over the top of it.
All right. Tibs is going to look at Joy and say, well then, let's bring out your dead.
Oh, God.
I couldn't help myself. It's a
Wow.
It's a cart filled with dead people.
Bring out your dead.
Man, that's finally we've got Monty Python in here. It's been a long while.
Yes.
Are any of them, in fact, not entirely dead?
Well, I guess we'll find out shortly.
All right. Oh, you can start to deal with the morbid task of bringing out the bodies and sort of arranging them more neatly on the floor of the freezer.
Yeah, I'm just to be clear, Tibs is making sure that it's not in a he's not in a position where she can like shut the freezer behind them and lock him in.
Well, actually, tempered steel could wait right outside for that kind of thing.
Actually, that's a good idea.
I just to be clear, Tibs is being cautious. But he is doing this. Did I just ruin your plans?
No. Joy just kind of notices you sort of. I guess you're just kind of, sort of cautiously glancing back at her, and she just kind of gives you a nod look and says, "What?"
It's the Wasteland. I like to trust my business partners, but you know,
don't always have the luxury. Huh?
Yes, steel is going to wait right outside the freezer.
Well, as much as I admire, or rather, I'm flattered, actually. I should say I'm flattered. But you have a unicorn whose special talent appears to be for all, every measure seems to be fire. So, wouldn't be much of a plan to kill you.
Tibs is going to shrug and say, "Look, I haven't been traveling with them for that long, so it's just old habits."
But why would I try to kill two you and expect only one?
Hey, it's an extra corpse you can send to them for caps. I don't know how desperate you are for them.
That's true. You have already set up the connection. But I'm afraid I'm not that ruthless. Sorry, not these days anyway. There was a time.
I think there was a time for all of us.
For some of us, that time is now.
Well, for the three of us here, definitely.
As you're laying out the bodies, she also stands near the doorway watching and says, "I like to think that there's a growing number of us out here in the Wasteland that have lived with it for so long, and desire it to be just a little bit better. That trust is slowly coming back to the Wasteland. At least I hope so.
Well, that's good.
Just some measure of peace.
I like to think it is.
But
a peace.
But at the same time, that requires ponies to be exceptionally strong to bring peace back to a broken place like the Wasteland."
Well, we've already gotten the Four Horses gangs turned around, so there's that.
Yes, that is going to be welcome, assuming it pans out in the long run. In the short term, we're looking at a renewed war with us right in the middle. And I don't doubt that Ribcage will be able to fight back, but I don't know for whose side.
What do you mean?
That's a question.
What side? What side would you?
Well, Ribcage has historically always fought for its own culture of independence. Every pony for themselves, as long as there's still a place to go home at the end of the day. But also fighting for adventure or glory or companionship or caps. The majority of the more influential ponies around here are all mercenaries. Or at the
And
very least, hardened wastelanders.
And then, apparently, a little girl.
Yeah, she's definitely,
Tibs is going to...
I
Tibs
just
is going
realized
to...
something about Skyfall. It's almost entirely really bad PCs.
what?
Ribcage,
Ribcage, you mean?
Skyfall
Yes,
or
Ribcage. Sorry, Ribcage.
I was about to say
PC.
Skyfall.
Sorry, I mean Ribcage.
I
Really
would have
bad player
been. I
characters.
would have been actually kind of miffed if you'd meant Skyfall.
No,
Yeah,
no,
me
I mean
too.
Ribcage.
Yeah.
Really, really bad player characters. The kind that do stupid shit like fight for themselves and run around claiming glory and that kind of bullshit.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Tibs
These are all the player characters you're not. And you should you should feel good about that.
We are proud.
Or who we should strive to be. I mean,
We are not
this
Conan.
town
What
is
is...
full of examples of who your player character should not be.
And anyways, Tibbs is going to smile at that comment and go, well, you'd be surprised what one pony, if they have a strong enough sense of order, can do.
Absolutely.
Aww. Tibbs, do you have a soft spot?
For small children who take over towns single-handedly, yes.
Oh,
Single-handedly,
man.
I should say.
Mm.
Tibbs is going, however, at that comment, Tibbs is going to give Firelight a dead look and go, yes, the entire pony body is made up of soft spots.
What about the bone?
Soft enough in the right places.
Touche. Well, anyway, so I expect by now we have all the bodies lined up and everything.
Nine corpses in total.
All right.
2 seem to have, unfortunately, been burned very badly. About 4 of them showing either one or many stab wounds. One of them seems to have, looks like he just kind of faced an explosion starting from the top of his head, his horn, and all the way down.
Ooh.
Like there was just this sort of magical explosion. And then
Who got the voodoo?
and the remaining 3 seem to either have been slashed by some sort of more industrial blades, or wounded by some kind of laser or plasma.
That sounds nasty.
How did all these ponies die?
That's what we're here to find out.
They all died violently.
Well, no shit. It's like, well,
They
there's
died
your problem.
peacefully in their sleep of multiple stab wounds.
Natural
I don't know,
causes.
If it was the,
Multiple
it was
stab wounds.
nighttime assassination.
Oh god. Okay, so what skill do I roll for examining corpses?
Heal, I
Is this
hope.
Heal.
Heal? Okay. Alright.
Just to
Hilarious
just
comment from
heal as
Ellicott.
knowledge, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
8
man.
plus doctoring, Tempered Steel. You get a gold star.
Oh. I only rolled a 20.
I only rolled an 18, wow.
We rolled a 3 and a 5 respectively. That's sad.
Shit. We sucked. This is not our shining moment as doctors.
No, it's not. I think we're tired from from dealing with steel.
You know what?
Tibs, I don't think your rolls are showing up in our rolls room.
Oh. Well, that is a shame. Let me refresh. Okay. Does it say I'm there now?
The chemist's best friend.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Hey, it was better than
Oh!
I'll
Can I
note
just
that.
say that I'm assisting him?
You know what? I
Aw.
do have like all my Destiny stuff, and I'm
That's
not
really not necessary at this point.
Yeah, he rolled really well.
I just rolled a 34.
So, probably should have just taken you at face value, but,
If you want, I'm perfectly fine going back to the 20.
I don't, it's really not that critical. 2 of them died from fire gecko attacks. 4 of them clearly died from pony-made weapons in town, probably, muggings or stabbings or whatnot. One of them was definitely a magical cascade, and it's not just a explosion, but it seems to have sort of, damaged his internal organs as well, with magical energy is just kind of unpleasant. One of them was torn apart by...
major magical backfire.
Yeah.
AKA the voodoo.
The voodoo. One of them died probably from a robot with some kind of either claw or maybe even some kind of drill weapon. And one of them, or 2 of them, the remaining 2 of them, I believe that counts up to 9. They died from, one of them died from a laser weapon, one of them died from a plasma weapon.
Okay.
Presumably from other, probably security bots in the machine curse zone.
Yeah, security bots. Yeah, or possibly...
Or possibly, yeah, that's true.
Dragon
possibly
people.
dragon hybrids
clones.
as well.
Mm-hmm. So,
with
all right,
access to energy weapons.
Mm-hmm. Which is all the more just delightful.
Yes, which means
nothing.
Which means that it's possible that dragon hybrids could be basically going into the machine curse zone and looting them for guns.
Yep.
That's
Damn.
Oh God, I gave him an idea, guys.
What was that?
I gave him an idea, guys.
What did you?
No,
That
it's
he's
just
going-
more of a logical progression.
Wait, what was the idea?
That it's possible.
Dragon
possible.
hybrids.
That dragon hybrids could be finding basically kept up energy weapons by looting security bots in the machine curse zone.
Oh, goody.
Give me the DM ideas.
Oh well, it's done now. So there's nothing suspicious about these bodies.
No, there's nothing really. There's definitely some new and unusual ways that they've died. They all tell kind of a different story, but none that's really an unheard of way to die.
Yeah. All right. So Tibs was in large part checking these because, hey, you can smuggle things in a corpse. So.
Oh yeah, you don't find any hidden goods in the bodies.
Okay. In that case, Tibs is going to stand up, turn to Joy, and go, "All right, thank you very much. Everything seems to check out. These are certainly fun to look at. Interesting."
How did you collect?
Joy says, "I just realized why you were checking them. It didn't even occur to me."
Yeah. Which, by the way, how did you collect all these?
Well, it's fairly well known that I have this service set up. Usually, family or friends deliver them to me so I can make sure they are dealt with.
Ah. Well, that's nice of you.
I'm trying to help who I can around here.
Yeah, make a profit while you do at the same time, I guess.
It helps that the doctors are willing to pay.
Huh.
They really seem to like autopsy for some reason. Really sort of obsessed, really.
Tibbs is just going to shake his head at that.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
So do you just put the bodies back in the cart?
Yeah, we'll be putting them back and putting them up, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then she locks us in the fridge. Got it!
Why? No,
I'm kidding.
I know, just... At this point I have to ask why. Why would that be a good idea?
Because secretly behind the scenes and stuff, Tempered Seal was knocked out.
Golden Crown is in on all of it.
It's a really bad practical joke.
Could be any number of things. It's the Wasteland.
Alright. So you pack up.
Does it on accident.
You head out of the freezer. She closes it behind you. And says, "Well, pleasure doing business, I guess.
Pleasure doing business.
Best of luck to you."
Hey, if you don't mind me asking, why exactly do you need to send bodies down to Skyfall?
Like I said, we don't really have much in the way of, burial ground or cemetery or, well, really much use for the bodies or place or ceremony. Not a whole lot of ponies around here care, but the doctors in Skyfall, the ones who maintain, they have a whole morgue there, and they offer caps in exchange for, subjects to autopsy and study. So I send them our dead. They give me caps. I pour those caps into my bar and some of the community.
Wait a minute. I was the doctor at Skyfall.
I imagine you weren't the one of the 3 running the morgue.
Wait, if there were 3 running the morgue... I'm sorry, I guess I'm sorry, I'm having an out-of-character confusion and stuff. Like, if there's 3 doctors running a morgue, why aren't there any running the actual hospital?
They only know dead people. They don't work well with the living.
Yeah, from what I heard, they don't do well with living patients.
The living people they tend to work on usually wind up dead.
They're not really doctors in the sense that they're Wasteland doctors. They're doctors in the sense that they're scientists, but scientists of a very particular field.
Zenkarn's got it, or Cuteless has got it, because morticians are different from doctors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is when you said doctor and stuff, I thought, like, medical coat and stuff like that.
Well, they do wear medical coats.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Hey, so long as they don't have a stethoscope, it's not official.
Because you're not going to use that on deck, huh?
Okay.
I'm not hearing anything. Well, of course you're not hearing anything.
Oh, no. Okay.
That was almost a plot hole.
Almost.
Alright, let's... Plot holes in this campaign I'm running by the seat of my pants? No.
Alright, let's get some other people involved in this session.
Alright, back at Blinky's General Store. Igor has long since kind of come back now. And, I don't know, just at some point within the next hour, just kind of generally, the bell at the door rings as the door opens, and it's really burly-looking earth pony, and this kind of innocent-looking filly walk through the door.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh heck yeah!
So Javolt,
the earth pony it looks to be very serious, but the filly, who seems to be a blank flank, is just kind of looking very sort of giddy and happy and whatnot, happy-go-lucky. And
goodness. Sorry.
Well, I thought you were going to say something.
Never mind.
But yes, these two enter the general store, and they come up to the counter where Blinky is working. And the Earth Pony says, "I understand you're new in town. We had an arrangement with the previous boss of this store, and well, you're probably going to want to continue that deal."
Powder Keg is going to step himself between there, and he's just going to quietly put a kind of, like do a friendly kind of put his arm over someone's shoulder, except he's got a grenade kind of, held on his hoof with that.
Oh.
And he just kind of says, "Now look here, I know where this is going."
And he kind of takes notice of the sort of cold metal of the grenade pressing against his side.
"I know where this is going, and you know what?
He puts on a brave face regardless.
I gotta tell your boss a message." And then Powder Keg's hoof is just gonna go right up through that guy's, clean up his jaw.
Oh! He stumbles back.
Let's see, and that's a nat 20.
Oh, okay, never mind. He doesn't just stumble back, he flips end over end, and just crumples into a heap.
And then Powder Keg just kind of, looks at the other one and says, "Now you take that friend back to your boss, and you tell your boss..."
She lifts up a hoof and says, "Message received."
"Yeah, you tell your boss to come see me."
"Okay. Who are you?"
"Powder
Flotsam,
Keg."
come. Okay.
Is
You
your
tell your boss the next time she even thinks about threatening anyone, She better come through me.
Can the others kind of hear this commotion and come running?
Yes, you can this is pretty much Powder Keg's super punch. Announces it to the entire building.
Did Tempered Steel tell anyone about Golden Crown before he went off?
Oh, sorry about that. I'm just, dealing with an extortion racket here. Now, if you'll excuse me, Powder Keg is just going to kind of, not pull the pin, but kind of just toss the grenade at the, other pony there with all his might.
This is the filly!
And that's a 31, because I roll twice and take the higher.
To just throw the grenade
just kind of throw the wholesale grenade right at the other pony's head.
Which pony?
Just like as a
filly?
No.
There was only one burly pony.
Yeah.
So one pony and Golden Crown.
Yeah.
The guy you punched and the filly.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean...
Well, yeah.
Out.
Yeah, he throws the grenade at the filly's head.
Okay, if Zenkon's there, he's going to try and stop him doing that.
Well, the pin hasn't been pulled, so he's basically just throwing a fastball at her.
Yeah, but still, that's kind of mean.
Well, she's kind of mean.
Lapis, I mean, Powder doesn't know that.
Powder Keg sees a large pony and another pony coming in and threatening extortion. So he's responding in kind.
Okay.
Zenkarn, you move a little bit too late to fully stop him from throwing the grenade, but the filly just kind of ducks under the...
She ducks under a 31?
Okay.
Yep.
So, no, you're right. She, it bonks her on the head, and she just kind of, but, it just kind of bounces off her head.
Flotsam swoops in. I'll take that. Grabs the grenade. Hers now.
I slap Powder over the back of the head. I'm like, come on, dude. Don't attack the children.
They're threatening my girlfriend, child or not. You aware
Flotsam,
what kind of town
did?
we're in? Children are never innocent.
Flotsam, what was... I'm sorry, you grabbed the grenade and then what?
It's hers now.
Okay.
Anyway, Powder Keg just kind of points out, she walked in with the guy trying to extort us. I'm sorry, if you don't realize what kind of town we're in, children ain't innocent in this place either.
I'm sorry. It's take your daughter to work day?
Flotsam
that's my dad you just beat up. How mean of you.
Powder Keg is going to walk over and pull her...
We roll perception.
Powder Keg isn't even going to start to believe that. Because
Can
Powder...
I
don't care perception or whatever. Powder Keg just straight up does not believe that.
All right.
I can decide what I say.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else would believe that. Really.
Yeah, so Powder Keg just kind of walks up, picks her up, and
I
says,
rolled a natural
now, if
one.
y'all think I'm going to believe that, you are probably...
Oh, okay. Sorry. Javolt believes her.
Oh, I'm sorry, little Billy. This one has a temper issue.
Powder Keg has already walked forward and grabbed this filly.
Okay,
and
yeah.
If you walk forward, I'm going to just try and get between you and
yeah,
her.
Powder Keg, you're going to run into obstacles here.
No physical violence against the children, no matter what they've done.
She is not innocent.
Don't care if she's innocent or not. You're not doing it. Look to the child.
The
like, look.
point is not
The
whether or
child-
not you're innocent.
The filly at this point is
like
has put on like a kind of a sad pout and looks like she's about to start crying.
Oh my god, you see what she's trying to do? She is trying to make y'all stop me.
Powder.
She deserves a punch to the face.
You are not punching her. This is the end of that discussion.
She is running an extortion racket, or someone she's working for is.
I looked at the
I'm
filly
sorry.
and look,
I'm sorry.
who are you exactly?
She is not sorry.
No shit.
Powder,
That doesn't mean you're gonna punch her.
Hey, I'm Flotsam. Do you want to go outside and play?
Well...
Flotsam, don't play with the damn filly.
I
Who's
will
trying
make
to
sure-
extort.
I will make sure nothing happens.
Shoots him a look that
to
says,
them.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
On both sides, he's going to watch over these two fillies as they play innocently.
I'm kind of busy.
Oh, busy doing what?
Running an extortion?
Well, I was hanging out with my, dad.
Not your dad.
Well,
Let's try that again.
And
What we doing?
we had kind of a busy schedule today, so...
okay, well, why don't we help you take your dad home? It's the least we can do after our friend knocked him out.
Well,
It's not a father.
Flotsam
I
is just
agree
going
with
to
the
look at
feeling.
Powderkeg, glare for a minute, blink once, very pointedly, then look back at the blank flank.
Well, you can do whatever you like with him. I need to get on with my my route before my boss gets mad. See ya. And she starts.
No.
I'll stop walking.
Powderkeg is not letting that fly. Powderkeg is barreling right through to the door, not letting her out.
Is
28.
She makes as mad a dash as she can, but you get to the door first.
Javolt holds
The
up
fact
and
that you
says,
just rush out of here like that proves he ain't your dad.
Besides which, he would not like it if we let you wander these dangerous streets at night alone. It's safer for you to stay here for now, until he wakes up, yes.
You know what? You're probably right. I should probably stay here.
Are the X-Raiders going to be getting back at any point while this is going on?
Not quite yet. This is
Okay.
kind of in the middle of that.
So,
So, again, what did you say your name was?
It's Goldie.
Appropriate.
Takes you that long to remember your name, huh?
Well, you scared me.
No, I didn't.
You did.
The only reason you're scared is because I blocked your escape route.
But it scared me.
I have an
You are
idea.
about as
Let
convincing
us play
as a
some...
pot of snakes.
Hold on. Blinky, do you have games for the kids?
Blinky just gives you a seriously look.
Javolt.
Leave me out of this, please.
But you've
Blinky?
got to keep her engaged while we're waiting.
Flotsam is going to fly over to Blinky and she's going to assume that Blinky knows that something is up here. So she's going to, yeah?
She knows exactly what's going on.
And Flotsam is going to hope that Blinky understands her eye contact thing better than Powder does, and kind of give her a meaningful look, and say, Blinky, may I take Goldie into the back room to play?
She really looks conflicted on this. Like,
She winks ever so subtly.
even then, she's just kind of like, like
I'm
breaking,
really not
breaking
sure
her.
she should be around Powder anymore. I think Powder might be upsetting her and making things difficult.
As long as you don't blow anything up, Flotsam.
I will watch over them. I think I said that. Did I say that?
No one really listened.
Javolt is going to follow after these two innocent kids that are playing together just to make sure they're safe.
Alright, Flotsam takes Goldie into one of the back rooms. And Javolt follows creepily.
So, Goldie, while we're waiting for your dad to get better,
Yeah.
we should play. One of my favorite games to play is a pretend game. It's where we pretend that we have all sorts of adventures that the grown-ups don't know about.
Oh, you mean one of those dumb dice games?
No, I mean, we make up stories about all the adventures we've had that they don't know about.
One of those dumb dice games without the dice.
I used to be a supervillain in the town of Skyfall, and I was going to bring the whole ship up into the air and return it to the Enclave. Now you make up one. And she kind of blinks at her. It's okay. The others aren't listening. Just Javolt, and he doesn't mind.
God damn it, Tally, why are you so good at this? She just kind of gets this evil grin on her face, and she says, I am the little Mafia princess of Ribcage. I own half the town through extortion and make a boatload of caps through it.
Javolt claps his hoofs and says, That's a good start.
That is a good one. I actually like that one.
Yeah, it's real good pretend, isn't it?
It really is.
Powder Keg, meanwhile, is tying up the pony he knocked out.
just settling that loose end before it gets out of control. Yeah.
I'll give him a hand if he needs it.
Okay, so Javolt sort of wobbles over and says, See, the thing is...
No, go away, you
Princess,
creepy donkey.
Good start, but not enough. You are a leader, and a leader needs
I never
to
asked for your
this.
opinion, you creepy old Uncle Donkey. Go away.
What I'm saying is...
Go away! Are you deaf? She looks to Flotsam. Is he deaf? Is that the problem?
He's a little bit deaf. You kind of have to speak right to him, and she'll kind of float in front of Javolt, so that, for all intents and purposes, he can be lip reading her or whatever. And he kind of says, Javolt, would you maybe go back through and see how the others are doing? Please? She might.
Well,
Thinking probably wouldn't do a darn thing, so she's just going to say that.
Javolt sort of reaches out and ruffles Flotsam's mane and says, "Oh, that's nice. Wait. Well, what about smack talk?"
get out of the room now.
No, Flotsam's just going to go with this. Well,
It's not nice unless you're trying to do, because you're too young to be doing that anyway.
Well,
what are you two planning?
Weaver?
No.
This is the part where you abort this line of conversation.
I'll talk to you about it later, okay? You don't have anything to worry about.
I'm trusting you on this, Flotsam. I am
Thanks.
trusting you because I know I can trust you.
Which is why you're having this conversation in the first place. Get out.
You have to respect her.
Yes, Javolt. Okay, it's all good. On you go.
He sort of drunkenly wobbles out.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Now you lean on the drunk excuse. Now
Yeah.
Not quite so cool.
Meanwhile, Powder Keg has finished tying that guy to a chair and is now trying to wake him up.
Okay. How do you try to wake him up?
Well, Powder Keg's taken him to the side room, and now Powder Keg is going to pour water on his face to see if it shocks him awake.
Ooh, can I come with?
Yes, you can help me interrogate this guy.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
So,
first I want to get back to the other one. Flotsam, what's your next move after Javolt leaves?
She drops down to the floor and kind of sighs. It's partly acted, but it's partly very genuine. And she glances over at Golden Crown. She's also going to make sure the door's shut so the others can't really hear.
Is he like a freak or something?
He has some issues, let's say, and he was drinking a little earlier.
Oh, yeah, I know that. My dad gets like that sometimes.
Your dad through there? She kind of gestures into the other room.
Yeah, her face scrunches up and she kind of looks left and right. Who else did you think I was talking about?
Oh, yeah, I just, sometimes ponies have more than one dad.
Oh.
I have a friend back home who has two dads.
I heard about that, yeah, that's interesting.
So, do you want to keep playing that pretend game?
No, I think I had my fill of that.
Like, I was just thinking...
Hey, do you think I could go now?
I don't think they're gonna let you. Look, real talk here...
I gotta go home sometime. They can't just keep a little kid like me trapped here.
Flotsam giggles. You're really good at that.
But I'm crying. You should be, like, sympathetic or something.
Well, yeah, but... I mean... I'm sorry, do you want me to keep up the act? It's just that no one can really hear us.
She kind of glances a little bit at the door, as if, like, wanting to be absolutely sure it's soundproof.
Flotsam will go and listen at the door.
And you don't hear anyone, like, immediately outside.
I think they're busy. Flotsam will, in fact... Actually, let me check real quick. And, Flotsam will psychic message to Zenkarn. Hey, Zenkarn, by the way, what are you guys doing through there?
Meanwhile...
we're having a chat with her, dad. It's, rather intense. I'll get back to you.
There.
So meanwhile, Powder Keg has managed to wake this guy up.
Yeah, he's soaking wet now. He's like, oh.
So as soon as the guy's up,
Thank you.
Powder Keg is kind of holding the grenade with his magic, just kind of there, like a constant threat. And he just kind of leans in real close and says, "Who do you work for?"
I ain't a rat.
Oh,
His questions.
everybody's a rat. Everybody's a
Can I
rat.
have Javolt wander in on the rat line?
No,
Oh, God,
maybe-
no, I locked the door.
no,
Yeah,
we locked
no.
the door.
I have a skill for that, give me a sec.
Okay, let's maybe just let them have their fun, Javolt.
Sorry, I just wanted to go
Not
with the
eat
lab
crazy
rat
donkey, yeah.
joke.
You hear Javolt from outside the door say something about lab rat.
Everybody's a rat when their life's on the line. Now let me put it this way. I can kill you. He is a necromancer. He can bring you back.
Oh,
And I'll kill you again. And then I'll bring you back again. And I'll kill you again. We can do this all day.
That's BS. There's necromancy. You expect me to believe it? You know what? Maybe don't prove me right on that one. I don't like the look in your friend's eye.
And then Zenkan just standing there in bone armor, just whistling calmly.
Yeah,
So,
he seemed to be finally taking notice of like the the bone armor you're wearing. It's like maybe this guy's serious.
maybe he is. Now, I'm gonna ask again. Who was your boss?
All right. It's the Philly. All right.
Powder Cake smacks him across the
Ow!
face. Stop lying. Who was your boss?
I'm absolutely goddamn serious. It's Golden Crown.
The fuck, this kind of joke? We threatened him.
I don't want to be a zombie that keeps getting killed over and over again. I swear, it's actually the Philly.
So you're telling me that Philly is actually the boss?
Yeah, she runs this whole racket. Got a whole she's hired like a whole bunch of mercenaries in town to threaten a whole bunch of the shops and the townspeople. She's making kind of a mint off it.
Does she do anything else apart from extortion?
Well, I mean, part of extortion is protection, you know? Basically, by making sure they deal with us, it means that they don't have to deal with anyone else. We make sure that no one else tries to rob them or murder them too much.
Too much?
I mean, it's still a wasteland town, so most of the people who die around here aren't the ones who are protected, you know?
Of course. I'm sure they all suffer accidents, right?
Only when, they don't, they're kind of have late fees.
I look over at Carter. So,
and besides, you
again?
don't always need to kill them. We can always just, break in and, take whatever the caps they have lying around their house.
That's all real interesting, but you know what? I'd like to know who your boss really is.
It's Golden Crown for feet. It's Golden Crown. It's the Philly.
Would he counted as restrained at this point?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely restrained.
Cool. Well, actually, sorry, helpless.
Yeah, helpless.
Sweet. Honesty, because I may as well use it twice in the campaign before it ends.
You use your necromantic voodoo something to compel him to speak the truth.
Soul magic! Woo!
Soul magic, yes.
Okay,
Powder?
now he's done his necromantic hoodoo. Who's your boss?
Golden Crown the Philly, I keep telling you!
Yeah, he's being
Wow.
truthful.
Alright then.
So, next question. How on earth did you start working for her?
I heard from some of my mates that she was offering lots of caps to, basically, be an enforcer, and I was like, well, hey, I need caps, so it was kind of a referral thing.
Well, this is, interesting.
We've got one more question.
So, we got one more question, Zencon?
Well, one more question through means of this, and then I'm sure we can use other means.
Yeah. Alright. Know any information about how to take Golden Crown down?
Well, I mean, she keeps most of her earnings in wherever her actual hideout is. So if you got to there, then you could probably take all her earnings, and then she wouldn't have any caps to continue being her little mafia princess. But I mean, no one knows where that is. I don't think it's even in town, which means it might be somewhere in one of the cursed zones, and no one really wants to go out there just to deal with local mob problems.
Alright then. I guess you've, told us what we need to know for now, so,
And I am on the I'm on the first carriage out of here.
Aww. But what if we need to ask more questions to somebody?
You'll have to ask someone else, because I'm a dead pony if I stick around.
You're gonna be a dead pony if you don't.
You really can't. No, I'm not sticking around just so you might have to ask me for questions. It's not happening.
I don't know. I rather like keeping a hostage question.
No,
I mean,
she's not gonna care about me once she knows that I've spilled secrets. She'll be like, "Oh, just kill him, whatever."
Oh, no. I mean, it's just a hostage
that's
for
fine.
questioning.
I mean, it doesn't bother me if you're dead. I can ask you questions then.
What do I have to do to make you let me go? Huh? What do I gotta do?
How much is she paying you?
It's about 1,000 caps a week.
Nice. Not exactly struggling to feed yourself then, are you?
No, got it pretty good.
Alright.
How many enforcers does she have exactly? I mean, I'm sure you and your workmates get together quite regularly, right?
Well, some of them are kind of out there, so not a whole lot, but last I heard it was like about 9 or so.
9 for an entire town? And I mean, Ribcage isn't small, is it?
No, I mean, I don't know. They have like 9 like really badass sort of ponies is the thing.
And you count yourself among those badasses?
No, I'm just like 1,000 caps per week is like the low level like foot soldier thing. I mean, some of these guys are making way more than that.
Making bank, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even know so many caps could flow through a small town like this.
Yeah.
Almost as if somebody shouldn't have that many.
Or, actually, yeah. That's...
This kind of link goes off in Powderkeg's head, and he just suddenly goes from smug to, oh shit.
Powder, what'd you...
As though they're printing caps, ZenCon.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, that's better than what I was thinking. I was thinking she was, like, killing her current enforcers and then, like, hiring new ones and paying them with the caps she used to pay the old enforcers.
Oh, she's probably doing that, too. You should probably be thankful you've lived this wrong, to be honest.
But that wouldn't make any sense, because the ponies she's hiring are supposed to be, like, real tough guys.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's your initiation into the upper ranks. Kill those above you.
Well, anyway, I think you've told us enough. And I'm gonna need at least a couple of the caps she's been paying with to look at.
Alright. I've got, pouch there on the right side that's got one of my latest payments. Not all of it. I spent some on food, but it's like still probably another 800.
I only need 10 or so. I'm not trying to rob you. I'm just trying to figure out if I can see if these caps have some mark of counterfeit.
I don't know. I've never been able to tell.
Well, we'll give them a look over.
Alright then. Powderkeg kind of looks at ZenCon and is like, let's let this bastard go.
When you say go...
I mean, we're gonna take him about a mile or so outside the town, give him a dagger, and tell him to run.
Do we have to give him a dagger? I'd like to see how far he ends up with a spoon.
I'd like to give him a fighting chance. I'm not trying to kill him, just get rid of him.
Fine, a
Make
sharp
sure he
spoon.
can't go tell others.
Yeah, alright. Seems reasonable. How's that sound to you, Mr. Hostage?
That sounds better than I was staring down the barrel of about 5 minutes ago, yeah.
Great. Let's do that then.
Alright. You got a dagger?
Actually,
not on me.
Actually, I've got a dagger, so.
Oh, great. I'm gonna take that until we're ready to give it to you.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Alright then. Now we're gonna tie you, and you're gonna follow me. You're gonna follow us, and you're gonna act peaceable, like you're a friend or something. Or I'm gonna, punch you so hard you get knocked out again. That too.
Wait, how does that work? Well, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
You don't want to know. It's really creepy.
It's great. I haven't had a chance to really try it out yet on, like, a living being, but oh man, it's gonna be fun.
Okay. Anyway,
Alright,
I think this might be a good time to switch back to Flotsam and Golden Crown while we still have time.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
Well, my friend says that they're pretty busy right now, talking to your dad. So they're not going to be listening.
Wait, how did...
I got ways.
She just kind of gives you a suspicious look and says, "So what, are you wearing a wire or something?"
You can search me if you want to. She takes off her... I guess she's probably not actually wearing her saddlebag. She's still holding the grenade from before and she just puts it down.
Is there a listening device in that grenade?
Well, you can examine it if you want, but unless you know your way around these things, it might go off.
What are you trying to get at? What's your name?
My name's Flotsam. And your name?
It's, Goldie, remember?
Your real name, honey.
Golden Crown.
Thank you. See, it works much easier if we can just be civil about it.
Oh, sure.
I know that Powder isn't really that, he's very, he sees stuff going wrong and he wants to fix it right away,
Yeah, I definitely know the type. Makes
So-
my life harder.
How the heck did you do it?
Well,
I mean, you've got how much of the town in your pocket?
little, I mean, people like to say half. It's a little less than half.
Ain't no shame in rounding up, right?
None at all, especially when it gives you a better reputation.
Seriously, though, have you got, lots of mooks or something?
I was starting small, right?
Yeah.
It was just, fleecing a few ponies here and there for enough caps to get by, and then, at one point I struck it rich, got a lot of caps, then I was like, I need some help with this, and then, then it started getting bigger, and then I was like, I bet I could just, get that store there to just give me a little bit of caps each week, and then it was more and more, and I got my cutie mark for it.
Flotsam actually
It just-
grins, and it's a genuine grin despite it all.
It just kind of happened, just almost
That's
like a
a
blur,
pretty-
right?
That's a pretty amazing cutie mark story. I only got mine from blowing up a couple of slavers.
I went from just being another beggar on the street with a knife to I got enough caps to keep a whole small army, and I'm basically the police around here. It's great.
That is amazing, though. I mean, and do you do it all by yourself? Have you made any associates?
Actually, there was this one time that this pony came up to me, said he was part of some executive conglomerate thing or whatever, and I was like, I don't really need that right now. I'm good.
Huh, some kind of executive conglomerate, huh?
Oh,
They wanted to do business with you?
yeah, they I don't know, they said something about a partnership, but I can tell when something's kind of fishy about that kind of deal. I was like, that doesn't seem smart.
You are a lot smarter than some of the others we come across.
Oh,
The executive?
I try.
I know that you're very discerning, and you might not want to, but if you can get past our rough exterior, I think you might want to consider doing business with us.
With a bunch of do-gooders like your friend back there, really?
We're not that shiny. We've, killed our fair share of ponies. No criminal empire, I'll give you that. Almost blew up Skyfall once.
She becomes very interested after that. It's like, really? So,
Yeah.
You terrorized Skyfall for a bit, huh?
Well, it got a bit more out of hand than we meant to, and we're not the most welcome ponies there at the moment. But we still got allies.
Maybe you're more like me than I thought.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Flotsam, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Since you're clearly not just another set of do-gooders around here, I guess I take it this store's under your protection then.
It pretty much is. Don't know if you noticed, but the proprietor is kind of in a relationship with
with the
Mr.
do-gooder.
Mr. Do-gooder out there. Yeah.
Goody four shoes.
He's he's pretty okay once you get to know him, but he doesn't make the best first impressions. He's good muscle to have on your side, though. Knows his way around C4.
She gets in close and kind of pokes Flotsam in the chest and says, "Let me just make one thing clear then. Ribcage is my turf. All right? I'm not looking for any pony to muscle in."
Goldie? May I call you Goldie?
I like Golden Crown better.
Golden Crown, then.
Or just Golden.
You don't really want it.
Oh, you... It's kind of a dump, isn't it?
I mean, don't get me wrong, you should be really proud. I mean, you've done pretty amazing.
It's more about the challenge at this point than anything else, you know?
Sure. But you have some pretty valuable assets, and I think we might be able to offer you stuff. I need to check with the rest of the caravan and see what we can work out. But I don't think I want to let the do-gooders in my party do too much good when it comes to you.
Okay.
I think you could be useful.
I think you could be useful too if I keep you at 4 legs length. This is not exactly a foundation of trust we're working with, but let's call it a tentative mutual respect, maybe.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'll leave Blinky's general store alone.
Okay, but where can I find you if I need to? You can
drop off a letter at my my old house. I'll give you the address for it. I'll find the note eventually, and I'll come find you.
Sure.
I've got enough people that I can keep track of you.
Can you just give me 1 sec real quick? And she kind of closes her eyes and contacts Zenkarn. Zenkarn, how mad will you be at me if I let Golden Crown go?
Depends. What's the context?
Your mic's kind of I don't know, muffled.
So Zenkarn has just said, what's the context, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And Flotsam says, or thinks, she has half the town in her pocket and the executive offered her a deal. We can use her.
Great.
But we need her on side, so we can't keep her here against her will.
Let it go. No, fine. You've got a name for him.
I'm sorry, you broke up a bit?
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot.
Alright. I'll say. Sound good. Can always, track down if need her. So, yeah. So, plan well up, I guess.
Cuteless, you might just want to type what you say to Flotsam in the text chat, because no one can understand you and someone else will read it.
I mean, I can make out the gist.
Yeah, I got the gist of that. Which would be basically an affirmative.
Yeah. Don't powder keg yet.
And he disconnected, so yeah, just continue on.
Sounds good. As long as you got me a name, I can always find her later, so sure, let her go.
Oh, okay, cool. Is Flotsam's thinking she doesn't particularly want a confrontation between Golden Crown and Powder Keg again. Is there, a back door or a window that I can let her out of?
Powder Keg and Zenkarn aren't even there.
Yeah, they're in
Not
a
that
separate...
Flotsam knows that, but...
No, that's what I'm saying. We're all in the same building, right? They're in the front, in the store part.
No. They went to another side room to conduct the interrogation.
And now they're leaving.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, Flotsam will just listen at the door. And when she hears silence, then she will open the door and say, "Oh, looks like they've gone. Probably dropping your dad off somewhere." She holds the door open for her. I'm not sure you're going to see him again, but that's not too much of an inconvenience.
Really? Your do-gooder is gonna deal with my dad that way?
Oh, I didn't say that. They might just let him run off somewhere so he doesn't have to deal with any trouble here. I don't know. But you're probably not going to see him again.
I'll see him again. If he's gonna try going for it, I am gonna need my payment back. She just gets a dark look on her face and starts heading out of the store.
All right, see you later.
She stops by Blinky's storefront and says, "Don't worry, I won't be bothering you again for now." And she walks out the door.
I don't suppose the other 3 are anywhere near there by the time she leaves, are they?
By the time the other three of you, Tibs and Firelight and Tempered Steel, get there, you see Golden Crown just kind of walking out of the store.
And Tempered Steel recognizes her, correct?
Yep, and she recognizes you. And she just kind of gives you a sort of evil grin and waves and starts walking off in the other direction.
Tempered Steel is going to follow after her.
God damn it, I worked so hard.
Okay, Javolt,
But couldn't you have said they
singing
arrived just a
Drunken
little bit later?
Tibbs is going to put a hoof on Temperate Steel and go, no, you've got another problem to make up for. We'll deal with her, whatever your problem is with the little filly later.
Yeah, Tempered Steel, they kind of try and stop you there.
How much do they try?
Not
And
very
I will
hard, but
take your
please
leg
can you take a
from
hint?
under you if need be.
Please don't.
Tempered Steel's going to give her a stick eye and give the, I'm watching you signal to her.
She just kind of dismissively waves back at you. It's like, yeah, whatever.
We'll be
Flotsam-
seeing each other again.
That's what
Flotsam-
the gesture means, you dumbass.
Flotsam is standing at the door, so can she witness this exchange?
Yeah, easily. Hard to miss.
She just kind of gestures them over, beckons them over hurriedly.
You know who that was, right? Or do you?
You know Golden Crown?
Yes, I know Golden Crown. She tried to mug me earlier, and she runs like half this town. She is a little mafia princess.
I know, she told me.
And you let her go.
She's just grinning widely. I have an idea. Oh, I shouldn't discuss it until the others get back, though. They're taking a pony somewhere. Oh, that reminds me.
Off to the farm up
She
north.
does a telepathic link to Zenkarn again. Hey, Zenkarn? Oh, right, Zenkarn's having problems. In which
I
case
don't
it'll
know,
probably
am I?
Oh, there we go. Yep.
No, you're back.
You're
Okay.
much
Hi.
better now.
yeah. Hey,
To-
Zenkarn?
To catch you
Did you
up,
take that?
yeah, sorry. To catch you up,
Did you-
Golden
yes.
Crown left. Tempered Steel almost made a scene
Yep,
with
heard
her.
all of it.
Okay.
Oh, good. But yeah, Flotsam says, Hey, Zenkarn, are you taking that beefy pony somewhere?
Yes, yes, we are.
Whatever, I don't know what happened or whatever, but can you warn him that Golden Crown is probably gonna try and kill him to get her money back?
I can.
Would you please?
Yes, because you asked.
Thank you.
And drop link with Flotsam, look at the guy where it's scored and be like, so, good news and bad news.
He just stays silent.
So, good news is, we're not gonna kill you. Bad news is, Golden Crown is apparently gonna hunt you down and murder you for our money back.
He kind of looks around in a paranoid fashion, as if someone's watching them from the shadows, and he just kind of pulls out the bag of caps from his pouch and says, "Look, I'm just gonna drop this here and run for it, okay? Okay?
Yeah, don't worry, we'll hold on to them for you. You can,
Sure.
yeah. You have a nice life, right?
He takes a look at you two and down at his caps, and then just shakes his head and says, "Screw it," and puts the caps back in his pouch and just runs for it.
Nope.
Well, I'll give him about a couple hours.
I just wanted his money.
Of course he did.
Well, you know
Let's,
one way or another she's gonna get it.
Let's go back to the shop.
Okay.
Alright. So,
They're all
Someday we'll
treated
actually
like
get to
folk
inflict some
singing.
real pain on a interrogation.
Yeah, I promise. Next time I won't cheapen it with honesty. We'll do it a proper way.
You are the worst.
Hey, I haven't got to drown people in my own blood yet. Gonna do it one day, damn it.
Do I have to roll for singing? Drunken singing.
no, you don't. Because
We can
no matter
flip
what you
that.
roll, it's going to be terrible.
It's drunken singing. By default, your roll is nat 1.
I'm not so
With-
sure about that.
With the amount of alcohol you've consumed, you get basically minus 20 to any sort of attempt at artistic expression.
Well, it's an old donkey song about jawbones.
That sounds riveting already. Alright.
I think it's a combination of morning and parting song. It's one of those.
Some kind of
Yeah.
basically a wake song, basically. Now, really, the only question of it is who knocks you out first before you finish your song.
Tell
Also,
you what,
he's
we'll roll for
sort
it.
of flickering between basic equestrian and some older donkey language.
It's Blinky. It's Blinky who knocks you out. Okay.
Blinky.
Aw.
Your screeching
Alright.
voice is terminated by a quick jab from Blinky.
Can Powder and Zenkarn get back just as Blinky punches him?
Yes.
Powder Keg, as he walks in the door, just goes, "Man, sorry I missed it."
You're not.
I figured. How are y'all? I see everybody's back.
Flotsam was in the middle of explaining something.
Hey, wait, where'd that little filly go?
Oh yeah,
That little
she
silly.
left.
Someone thought it was a good idea to just let her walk out of here.
God damn it.
It was a good idea.
Will
Why
you
is that
listen
a
to
good
me
idea?
for- Hey,
Tibs is going to look at Tempered Steel and go, yes, because we've all made completely rational choices tonight, with absolutely no downsides or side effects.
what did Steel do this time?
I chose not to steal something.
She looks to Tibbs and Firelight and says,
And what should he have done?
Stolen it. Stolen the obviously magical object that had been stolen by the buffalo while he was drunk and passed out.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to deal with that at some point, but first of all, Flotsam, why'd you let Golden Crown go?
I have reason to believe she could be our ticket to get closer to the executive.
Oh? Oh, that's
don't-
right. I
Does-
thought she was working with him.
Well, she's
Does
done
this-
this somewhere.
Okay.
Does or does not this plan involve long-term her Mafia enterprise remaining intact as is?
Well, yeah,
I
but we can
haven't
pretty much
thought that far ahead, Steel. This is a baby plan. It's still growing.
Excellent metaphor.
Well, I would very much appreciate it if we could nurture this plan very quickly so it grows up to a sensible adult.
Well,
Now,
shame we don't have any in this room.
Beat me to it. Beat me to it.
I'd almost take offense to that if I didn't agree with you, Tibbs.
Blossom's not an adult, so this works fine for me.
Powder Keg just kind of gave Tibbs a dirty look.
Listen, I can't be absolutely sure. I think we might need to do a bit more digging. But from what she told me, it seems like the executive, someone approached her, and I think it was him. She mentioned an executive conglomerate. So I think that's too much of a coincidence to be just a coincidence, you know? He approached her about going into business together, but she knew something was up, and she turned him down. What if he tried again? What if she said yes? What if we were working with her and her goons, and we managed to get information on the executive? Where he is, what he's doing, how to take him down? I don't know. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but I saw an opportunity and I took it. What do you guys think?
Makes sense to me.
Well, that is a very strange approach, but maybe. Really not so sure about this one.
Shut up,
You
you're
didn't really
unconscious.
try-
Shut up.
So, Flotsam,
Yeah?
did she actually say what she wanted us to do while we were working with her?
We haven't hammered out the details yet, but I gave her reason to believe that we could be useful to her.
Which is fairly accurate. We could be useful to almost anybody in the Wasteland.
Oh,
Yeah.
more like you gave a reason to believe that, you weren't to be so trifled with.
Same
And
thing.
how much of us working with her involves us, signing up with her, signing up to help her Mafia gang out?
Listen, I just said, this is all very early stages. I only just proposed it to her. She's gonna get back to us.
Did you promise all of our help or just some of it? Because, I mean, I'm all up for working with her, but I know Steel probably isn't.
I don't like this, but I'll go along with it if you think it'll work. Because at this point, I've been with you long enough to at least somewhat trust your judgment.
I get the feeling that if I say I'm signed up with this, that Patakeg will immediately go the other direction, but I am signed up with this.
And true to form, I still agree.
Oh, well, alright then.
but I still hate Tibs.
Well, this is Mr. E we're talking about, so...
Javolt
How do-
contributes to the cause.
Wait, what?
Hatter, what made you think that Golden Crown was already working with the executive?
Oh, she pays her minimum employees. You know, foot soldiers, 1,000 caps a week. That many caps cannot be running through this town. She's getting money from somewhere.
And
Like a bottle cap press.
Yeah.
out of town.
Huh.
Haven't we heard from someone else that there might be one in this area?
You mean the B team?
We should
Wasn't that
contact them.
outside of the mall, though? Yeah, it'd have to be outside of the mall, because I'm pretty sure they were shooting at each other.
Mm-hmm.
There could be, like, more than one, or maybe it's running out of the same printing press. Although, how can we be absolutely sure that she's using a press?
See if
Well,
we can't find one
That's why
locally in the
I got
mall.
these. Powder Keg sets down 10 caps on the table, and he says,
Oh.
and he looks at Blinky and says, "These are the caps that I got from Little Miss Golden Crown's employee. And I figure you being in the merchant trade probably know what a cap looks like better than any pony else. Why don't y'all look at these ones, compare them against your regular caps, see if there's something not quite right about them."
Namely, if they're a lot newer than any of the others.
Yeah.
Blinky glances at the caps and says, well, just on the surface, they are a lot newer and cleaner than most other caps I've seen.
Flotsam just tuts. Lazy laundering.
Although, they could have just been in a very secure location for a very long time. Preserved. She kind of looks at him a bit more closely. If it's a counterfeit, it's a very good counterfeit.
Well, if you had an original bottle cap press still working, they'd look exactly the same, they'd just be newer.
Indeed. It's a very hard thing to prove, fake bottle caps.
But if the executive knew about it, then of course, if he knew there was another bottle cap press,
He'd want his hooves on it.
and that might be one of the reasons, if not the reason, why he wants in with Golden Crown.
Exactly.
I feel like we could use this, I just don't know how exactly.
Well, we've just got to find the bottle cap press, don't we?
Yeah?
If we get in good enough with Golden Crown, we might be able to figure out where she keeps it. Or, if it's not a bottle cap press, what exactly is the source of her huge cap income?
You said something about a hidden base, right?
Karn, how big a range does that like pointy direction power work?
I think the range is essentially infinite. Yeah, it's pretty much infinite.
So could you not use that power to help us find this thing?
Yeah. Find that thing, find her other hideout, whatever you need me to look up, really.
Well, there you go.
I guess we've got some semblance of a plan.
Or at least a number of leads to work with. Number of opportunities set up, primed. But we're quite a bit over time, so as for what you'll decide to do next with all this information, we should probably save that for next time.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds like a good enough idea.
And besides, it's been a long day. The night has fully set in. It's probably time for you guys to get some sleep.
Yay.
All right, then.
I have one question before we end.
Of course.
When Blinky moved to Ribcage, did she take all the stuff from Skyfall with her? Specifically, did she bring Flotsam's box?
Yes. She brought the box.
Flotsam is sleeping in her box. Oh, yeah.
The return of Flot in the box.
Okay, I'm done now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to
All right.
say that as soon as it's possible that no one else is looking, Tibs is going to give Flotsam a deep hug and just go, "That's ingenious, Philly."
Yay!
Just because, as mentioned, intense pride at such devious schemery.
Flotsam's really good at this. Remember in Skyfall?
Yeah, she knows how to read a mark.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
Flotsam is a devious and evil little filly.
Cause like when she went for the whole let's play pretend, I used to be an evil overlord of Skyfall, and this like That's just too good to pass up. It's too good to pass up. I can't resist. Damn it. Actually, probably fairer to say that she can read me like a book.
Sorry.
In 10 years, Flotsam will be the queen of them all.
Queen of something, goodness.
Jesus, yeah, Flotsam reads people so well.
Flotsam will rule something in our lifetime. That's
Did we
for
get
certain.
to the closer?
I'm just waiting for Flotsam to do it to the executive.
Man, that's gonna...
I don't know if that would work.
Actually, what I'd really love to see is Flotsam try it on the executive, and the executive doing the exact same thing to her at the same time, so they both end up in this stalemate, and he just goes, well played.
Stalemate by speech check.
Touche.
And then he just looks at her and goes, well played, Philly. Well played.
That's for another time, though. Let's get the roundup done.
Yes.
This has been Fallout is Dragons.
Join us next week when we find out how to take down this Philly.